studio audience.
You think you're weird? I think you're dumb. You f***ing know makes me so fun. You're drunk now, just go home. You're drunk now, just go home. You're drunk now, just go home. You're drunk now. You think you're special? Coming to you live from the luscious loins of LaPel, Indiana. My name is Bull Shep, hanging out always with Paulie motherfucking Punk and Katie Hurley.
Hello.
Our special guests tonight are none other than members of Sonora, Tara and Andrew. What's up? What's up?
Welcome to the show.
Hey, and of course, William Schlosser.
Hey. Fuck that guy.
I actually hit the right button this week, so I'm just gonna pat myself on the back right
You
away.
deserve it.
Good
Great job, buddy.
I fuck up and I hit this one.
Like,
So I'm trying not to look at the screen. So
Hi, Jess.
oh, look at that. We've got
we
comments
already has the
already.
comments.
Hi, Jess Chambers.
Immediately.
So I gotta ask, how was your daytime commute?
It was pretty fast. Going from Lawrence to LaPel is like really easy. I used to drive up here like when I used to practice in a band here, like I don't know, like 8 years ago. So it's a lot easier to remember now that it's muscle memory now. So it was super easy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think they allowed it here because I've had the cops called here for having band practice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was 2014. So
Were
times were different.
there carts everywhere back then?
Carts?
The little golf carts?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen those. I don't
It
live
must
around
be
here.
a
It's that
new
new money.
trend.
The new money.
I'm sure.
They got that new police
New
money.
money.
Oh, that new police money?
The new police money.
Yeah.
There's like two cops here.
Now they
man.
buy golf carts instead of tanks.
The
Yeah.
police
Pay
station
cash.
in LaPel is never open. It's like by appointment only. I swear to God. Every time I've ever had to go to the police station, it's just like, no one's ever fucking there.
Yeah.
I swear.
It's just like a little office, probably.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just a
Yeah.
little office, and there's no one ever there.
I happened to drive to Beach Grove earlier today,
Oh,
and
God.
I seen the new police station they're building. It's like this huge brick building, two stories, right on the corner of Main and Emerson.
Oh
You know,
man, right there in the smack
right
middle
there.
of it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm like, wow, they're serious. It's probably got a jail and everything in it, be my guess.
Oh no shit. Yeah, they started.
Could you imagine the Beach Grove jail, the overnight jail at Beach Grove?
I don't want to find out. I'll tell you that right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, for sure. They've already got nothing better to do, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, they started rebuilding that fucker probably like 10 years ago. I remember when they did it, it really pissed me off because I lived there, and it was like just
Poor
hard,
church.
hard. That's right, Horde
Yeah.
Church.
Poor
Yeah,
church.
Yeah.
Horde Church. Speaking of Horde Church, I do want to take a moment to recognize Nina Crane, who was with us when we first started doing podcasts, and she was, she passed away over this weekend.
Wow.
But you know,
she was on the very first pilot.
that's right,
dude.
she was. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So R.I.P. baby.
Yeah.
Rest
Love
in
you,
peace.
Nina.
And while we're at it, want to give a shout out to Daniel Radcliffe and his family and friends. He was a guitar player for Kinsey Six, and he had passed away over this weekend too. So,
Oh wow.
That was that GoFundMe that we shared this week, right?
yes, yep. But yeah, both Nina and Daniel left behind kids. So, you know, it's super sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to. It's a party.
haven't
It's
been
not a
able to-
podcast. But you know, so here's to first shot of the night. Here's to Nina and Daniel. Both of you are amazing people, and rest in peace.
I don't know how you drink that stuff.
Well, first I opened my
That
mouth,
also,
and then I poured
speaking
it
of
down.
heartburn, is heartburn in a bottle right there.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
can
I
you
found the remains of a stink bug.
Oh yeah, this is stink bug
Smell it.
country.
Oh yeah.
smell
yeah.
it?
Don't smell it.
I don't. What's stinky about this? It's just a corpse.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? The stink doesn't really do much against their enemies. It's actually there to attract other stink bugs to know that they're under attack.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's like a flare, like shooting a flare in the air, and all the other stink bugs are like, "Get them, get these motherfuckers."
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist.
There is a bug guy now, so I mean,
All right, am I wrong?
I don't know anything about stink bugs.
you don't get calls.
No,
to
I
remove
do
stink
know.
bugs.
So our general pest control agents really don't work on stink bugs. It doesn't deter them. It doesn't do anything. They're little assholes that have like shells on their body that our chemicals can't get into. So like when people call us test service for stink bugs, we're like, yeah, we'll do whatever, but it really doesn't do much.
Well,
They're
I mean,
gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
what can you even do? Just like lay traps and stuff like that? Or
Yeah,
what?
sticky traps. I mean,
Yeah.
sticky traps to catch them. But I mean, other than that, the chemicals can't penetrate their little bodies.
Yeah.
Exoskeletons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're strong.
Very good. There is a smart one amongst us.
Wait.
No, I wasn't talking about you, Shep.
Definitely not me. Definitely not me.
So does anybody have a good daytime commute story? If not, we're gonna move on.
No, absolutely
Nah,
not.
boring as hell.
No.
Traffic's boring as hell.
We
was-
put her dog away and drove here. That was it.
I was just gonna say it's fucking beautiful outside today.
Yeah.
And
I saw
I
that. I
thoroughly
did see the
enjoyed
sun.
driving on the freeway.
It's so
Yes, I
beautiful.
call it the freeway because
Yeah.
it's not the highway.
Yeah.
It's the freeway. I'm sorry. But
But life is a highway, Katie. And I want to ride it all night long.
wow.
you need sound bites so you can just clue and it just bam right into it.
My friend.
All the time. You would not believe how many times that'll come up.
I want an air horn so bad. We don't have one. I want wah, wah, wah,
I
whatever.
used to have one on my phone. Like I would just kind of pew 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 when everyone's made like a pun or whatever, but no one would hear it. 'Cause it's like it's on a phone, not like in your ears.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny, like for years.
my ex-wife, like the whole time we were together, my ringer, whenever I called her, it was beep beep, like someone knocking on the door, boom boom boom. It's the pizza guy, and then porn music starts.
Oh, no.
That was my ringer. Whatever I call her.
I hope my ex-wife doesn't call while we're on the air because we do not want to hear what that.
Put your shit on. Do not
Yeah,
disturb.
okay, man. Okay, that's
That'd be smart.
Amateur hour
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah, I went ahead and put my shit on Do Not Disturb this
Yeah.
week. All my so most of the cameras that we're using here on the show are Apple products, and then we have 2 of the Apple products as monitors. So if you texted me
You want
last
a
week,
fucking cookie or what?
everybody at the party. Everybody at the party got to read the messages and notifications coming across.
coming across the screen.
Yeah, I just forgot to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all connected. Isn't it? It's kind of cool that it does that though.
It is.
If you're signed in the same whatever, it just they all act together. Even my watch.
I'm glad you know what you're doing because I would have no fucking clue.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's trial by error, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
What is Savannah Sky said?
No. She said, Katie, you aren't a threat because she told me my outfit wasn't threatening enough tonight.
Oh,
hmm
got you.
All right.
So Tara and Andrew, Sonora,
Yeah.
where does the band name come from and when did it all start?
Oh, I've already
Oh yeah. So it started about 8 years ago. I met this guy at the Emerson Theater. I think his name was Cole, and he played drums and guitar.
Mhm.
We started practicing like at the beginning of February. Started playing gigs like literally the month after. We had about 5 or 6 songs. It didn't work out. So this is about September, November. I started getting another drummer. I told him technically that I was breaking up the band, but because he told me, I think he said something like, "You're the worst guitar player I've ever played with." And we like literally we had been playing these songs for like 6 months, and I just played them, but like slower. And he's like, "Yeah, that's good." So I don't know. He was like, he would say things in flip flop, and he was also like 21 at the time, and he just moved into his own house. So like, You know, if you ever had a 21-year-old like rent, you know, their own home for the first time, it's not going to go great always. But so I did find another drummer. We played a couple shows, and it was just guitar and drum. I would just like play like a riff, a melody, or whatever, and then just hit the looper pedal and just like throw my guitar and bounce off the walls, basically. But I was like, you know, in my early 20s, so I could get away with that. And then I think sometime around January, you messaged me on Facebook because I put up like a Indiana Musicians Classified
Yeah. So
thing.
about late 2015, I was in another band called The Location, which is a punk band from around here, with me and my buddy. We had gotten kicked out after a failed winter tour, and then so I'm looking for a new project to join, and I come across Tara's Facebook posting. I like the videos that she's posted online. I think the songs sound really good. They sound really different from a lot of the other stuff that I've at least grown up listening to. So I'm like, you know, I've only been playing bass for like a year at this point, and you know, I'll try it out, see if they'll have me or whatever. So we jam. We have just a jam space over at what was that place?
Bad City. It was on the east side.
Yeah,
it was a house venue.
Dingy little basement.
Oh
and,
yeah, it looked like a
Always the
fucking
best.
murder basement,
Yeah.
murder cellar, basically.
And then I joined up, and then it just seemed to go well. We started writing more songs, playing more gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it took a couple years though to like really get the ball rolling after you joined, because we had, I don't know, we had like members that were like a little younger than 21,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think Sorsha, she quit June of 2016.
She just graduated high school.
Yeah, she had
And-
graduated high school, and
Yeah.
then she moved to Oregon. She actually moved back recently. I got to hang out with her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
She
she's
doing
doing
well?
she's doing pretty all right. She's trying to get back into, you know, life. It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, she's doing okay.
Yeah.
And then we had another drummer after that who moved out of Bad City and then had another house venue.
Yep.
I don't remember what it was called, like Dream Fortress or
Dream
something.
Fortress
yeah.
was the second place. Yeah.
Dream Fortress. We practiced there from 2016 to 17. We had our first tour, and it was like a weekend run
Yeah.
to like St. Louis, and we had played Evansville. It was like a Friday night or something like
Was
that.
it Louisville?
No, it was Evansville because your brother showed up or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going to school there. At
Yeah.
The time. Yeah.
And then Friday night we played at this place called Grove House or something like that.
Yep.
And it was the biggest crowd we have ever played at, because there was a guy, I think it was the lead singer in the band Foxing.
Yeah. So that was his side project. The first show that he was kicking off that whole project was one that we opened up for at this place called Dugan House in St. Louis.
Dugan House.
Yeah. It was probably like 200 people in this, you know, three-story house, just absolutely
Yeah.
insane. Kegs in the bathtubs and everything. Made a lot of money from that.
Yeah.
Nice.
We
Like
got some-
$220.
Yeah.
That was big bango
And
dollars.
At that point, I think we'd actually started sounding pretty coherent and pretty.
We were getting there.
We were getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like taking the first steps in the staircase. We were starting to sound pretty tighter. We used to sound so fucking well. The drummer we had at the time would like play the songs like a little faster, so you had to like catch up.
Right.
So
There's a lot more swing to it, and not really by design. It was just kind of like everyone's kind of going at their own tempo, and we just try to catch up to each other.
yeah, but it sounded punk. It sounded,
Yeah.
People were into it, so nobody got turned away. I think the only problem is that our drummer at the time was kind of like an alcoholic, to say the least, and he was not. He was barely 21. He had been drinking since he was like 15.
Yeah.
Booking shows and like doing all this shit and going on tour and like. So basically, we kicked him out because there was some shit going on, and he didn't have his shit together.
Yep.
I mean, I still like him, but like, you know, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah. And then we got
Ben Bradley.
Ben fucking Bradley,
Mhm.
amazing drummer.
Yep.
He was in the band for a few years, and I think that's when we also had a singer at one point.
We did.
Zap.
Very briefly.
Zap was in the
Black.
band. Zap Black. They're in the 6th Century Recovery Group. I don't know if they're a
6th
thing.
Century Future Recovery Group.
Yeah. I don't know if they're a thing anymore, but they used to sing in this band for
Yep.
like a few months, and then I don't know. They kind of
Well,
quit.
he was in like 3 other bands at the time, and it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to juggle all of that and a full-time job as well to
Yeah.
pay the bills
initially,
and stuff.
yeah, and
'Cause
initially,
these kinds of gigs don't pay money, so you're just
No.
doing it for the love of the game. So
exactly.
hard to balance. It's understandable.
Yeah, and
Yep.
they were initially. I was going to ask them to be the drummer, Sonora, but then
Mm.
they got me hooked up with
Yeah,
Benjamin.
right.
So that lasted a few good years, and I think we really started to like kick shit off, like really.
Yeah,
Poppin'.
Ben was more. He had a bit more of a music background than most of our other drummers had, so we were
Yeah.
able to kind of write some more complex songs, get a little bit more consistent in playing live and all of that, and we were able to record a little bit better as well because we started getting
Yeah.
access to better rooms. We were able to record. Was that APOC that we recorded?
We recorded at IEPY.
I thought that was Butler.
Butler was the next year after that.
Oh, okay.
And then
gotcha.
we recorded IPY, recorded like a couple demos over the course of a couple years. Oh, I mean, like, I think it just started to like pop off, really.
Yeah, we
like-
started getting booked more frequently too. State
Yeah.
Street Pub, Black Circle, right when they were opening up, we gotten booked there a couple
Yeah.
times. That was really sweet.
Healer.
Healer,
I was gonna say
we've been
Healer, yeah.
booked at Healer for years and
Yeah.
years at this point. We love those guys. It's
Yeah,
a
they're
great venue.
fucking
Healer's
A1.
Healer's the best venue in the city. I don't care what anybody else
Yep.
says.
It's
Yeah.
so neat. You can go there. You can go there and spend hours looking at stuff, and go there on another night and just completely different things.
Yeah.
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 And they get such a wide variety of acts going through there too.
My
Like,
kid,
it's
my kids
so
love
nice.
going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a wonderful venue. And
Right.
I'm so glad that Colin Oakley and Matt Penfield got that all like squared together. And
Mhm.
because we really needed something like that in Indianapolis. I feel like we've been kind of struggling to find like more solid venues. I mean, the Mel's fine and great and all that stuff, but like I think there's like a younger generation that's really dying to like
Get out.
Ha-
Do something.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that kind of leads in because right after we started get a couple more years of playing with Ben, that's when 2020 hit, COVID, all that.
and all went
That
downhill
shut
from
down-
there.
That shut down a lot of the house venues that were in the city, which is where we'd normally been playing and where a lot of other smaller acts than even us would be playing as well. And
Yeah.
most of those haven't come back. We've got maybe 1 or 2 at this point.
My friend Zachary Gay and
Yep.
UV Blue Man Group, he
Yep.
runs
Shout out.
UV Blue Man and Zachary Gay. They're not gonna watch this, but
There's the Newcastle was the Riot Room.
oh yeah, I heard about that
Yeah.
place.
The Marlows run there, right? Fred and Stephanie. Yeah, they have a house venue. It's really cool because they have their garage area, but then there's stairs down to like this sub garage area.
Oh
that's-
yeah,
Mm.
it's
it's
nice.
made for. Yeah,
it's made.
Sweet.
When I walked into that room, I was like, "This is made for house shows."
There's even like a room to put the equipment in.
There
It's
is.
perfect.
That's
Oh my
perfect.
God.
That's awesome.
So they are
Wonderful.
coming
Yeah.
back. They are coming back. And then I think Chris Cemetery does a couple of places, doesn't he?
Yeah, he books house shows randomly at
Yeah.
different places.
So they're coming back, but
Yeah.
yeah, they were non-existent there.
Yeah, there
was
were
a-
tons of house shows before
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, so that leads into one of the places that we used to play all the time out in Terre Haute called the Foxhole.
Yeah, we played there a few times.
And unfortunately, their neighbors complained so much that they had a city ordinance put in that they had to shut the whole thing down.
I think it was
Oh,
called the
wow.
Foot Dancing Ordinance of
Yeah.
1852 or something like that.
Something like that.
AKA Footloose.
Yeah, it was probably called the Footloose Law
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
stupid.
You just want to dance.
Yeah, kids want to go out. Like, there's
would
not a lot
do
of shit to do in Terre Haute, and it's
Yeah.
just sad because I think a lot of those kids just kind of got like bummed out. And they're just like,
And it's so far from everywhere else too, you know.
yep,
Like if you don't have a car, you're screwed. Where are you
Yeah.
gonna go? You know?
I have teenagers in it. I have to drag them out of the house. They became so used to staying inside, not
Mm.
going anywhere, not doing anything. It's just what they're accustomed to. Getting them to like it has to be like it has to be a Marvel movie for them to get out of the house.
Yeah,
it's gotta be something grandiose. So for me, like they don't want to go to the park. They don't want to do any of that,
Right.
and it's
right.
sad.
Yeah.
yeah. There was a period of about I don't know. I think after when the pandemic started hitting, I mean, we were still practicing for a bit,
Yeah.
and then
Probably about 3 months, we were still trying to make practices happen, trying to be safe about it and everything. There was a handful of shows that we got to play like outdoors. Black Circle had an outdoor stage that we played at once or twice.
yeah,
I think there was one other show that I can't remember. For the
yeah,
life
we
of me.
played a Halloween show at Healer
Oh,
outside.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
They do it in the parking lot.
The back
yeah,
parking lot where they got that art
okay.
space with the two
Yeah.
buses. Yeah, they got a
Mhm.
stage back there, and they held that for that Halloween night. Yeah,
And then we
It's
did.
cold.
Yeah, it was kind of cold. We did do a few more live stream shows like at the
Yeah,
beginning of 2021, and then
Just putting a GoPro on a pod on the windowsill and just having it try
Yeah.
to shoot everybody. Just trying to play like 6-7 songs or something like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just hey, free live stream. We want to play shows.
yeah, we
Yeah.
miss you.
Yeah, if you want to throw
And I
PayPal
love
money.
you.
Yeah. So we did a couple live streams, and then about what do you think? August, September.
Well, Ben went AWOL,
Yeah.
and I was in another band at the time, and when that kind of floundered, I hit Joe Livingston. I've known him in like the scene for about 5 or 6 years before he like joined. So
Yeah, his other band is White Oak.
yeah,
Yeah, and
They're-
we played with them back in 2018 at the Hoosier Dome.
yeah.
Yeah.
When we opened for Lung, there.
Yeah,
Shout out to Lung. I
shout
love
out
that
to
band.
Lung.
They are an amazing band.
They
Yes.
fucking are, right?
Oh my goodness, I saw them at Black Circle, 2-piece.
Yeah,
She plays the is it electric cello?
electric cello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
electric cello.
electric cello
Gosh.
drummer.
You want to
Yeah,
talk
she
about a
sings
band
at
that
the same time.
hypnotizes you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh my goodness,
I
Lung
don't,
is
I don't
amazing.
think
Lung
I've
is
seen
Out of
Lung.
Ohio, right?
yeah, they're
Cincinnati.
at Cincinnati. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm
Yeah.
friends with a drummer, and he works at the Comet, and he's got us booked a couple shows there.
yeah.
He's super helpful and really
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah,
They both are really.
if you
really-
need fucking weird, heavy, kick-ass music, like Lung is the fucking. Band
I would love to see
recommend.
Lung at the Mel, like on the tiny little
They
Mel
probably have played,
stage.
but it's been a while.
I mean,
would
they tour
love
all
to
the
see
time.
Lung
So
there.
yeah,
Uh,
probably wouldn't be hard to book
Rich,
them
I
there.
don't know if Rich is watching. Rich, you need to book Lung on
Yeah.
Punk Rock Night.
Seriously,
Yeah, that would be sick.
yeah.
But yeah, Joe, that's where I met him. And then initially he was like, I don't know, I could probably do this for a little bit. And then I think their first practice with him, it's like he's
So-
in.
Yeah, something just fucking clicked when we started playing with him. Like he's picking up all the songs right away. He's getting the style down. He's matching the energy. He's adding stuff to it that we didn't know it needed.
Yeah.
It's just an immediate like fusion of like, okay, no, we got something
And he
here.
plays with a lot more power.
A lot. I don't know how he does it. That man's a machine.
Yeah.
Machine.
Most punk drummers I've ever encountered get a little tired. I don't know what it is. Joe is more just beefier and with the sound, but also just like,
He hits hard.
oh,
Very-
he hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The symbol. Yeah.
My
everything.
Yeah.
my drummer.
Dennis,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's one of the.
I actually call him the Hammer.
When you were describing that drummer, I was like, that sounds just like Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to hit that skin.
He'll break it.
Yeah.
We had somebody who writes for Nuvo do a quick little blurb on us
Oh,
for a show
oh.
at.
Is there something at the door?
Oh,
Will you give this to them, please? Oh, I ordered dinner. I ordered dinner for the ladies. I hope you guys aren't hungry.
It's the first time we've ever had pizza delivered to the show.
yeah.
Hey,
wow. We're sponsored by Pizza King. Shout out to Pizza King.
hey,
Shout out Pizza King.
he told me my options were Pizza King or Pizza Hut, and I just never nope. So
Pizza
King's
King's a
what we
little
got.
expensive, but this is a yellow county. So
Looks like
this is OG.
Piss
Danny's,
County.
Danny's gonna walk
Yeah,
in
you'll see it.
front of a camera.
Like,
Are you gonna
depending
get-
on
Piss.
Oh, she did it without getting on camera.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, look at you.
Soda.
Soda.
Uh,
no,
soda.
I brought that with me.
Oh, you did?
The soda.
Oh,
yeah.
it matches
I accidentally
everything.
set it down up there.
Make sure you guys like Pizza King on Facebook. That's what the advertisement says.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like us on Facebook.
But no,
Yeah.
anybody that wants any, I'm gonna eat some here in a little bit. But anybody that wants some can have some.
I
Okay.
appreciate
I
it.
might have a
Yeah,
piece.
yeah.
I'd be down.
Probably take a piece or two.
There's a large cheese, large pepperoni, and breadsticks.
Holly, just grab a
Yeah.
slice, bro. I could see it.
Oh no, I ate on the way up here, man. So I'm good.
Right on.
I had to, so I could metabolize my gum.
I had
Yeah.
I had a what do you call it? A Lunchable pizza. That's what I had for
That is.
Did you have that during
That
lunch?
is the bottom rung of
today?
pizza.
Don't tell my 4-year-old, but I
Like-
ate his Lunchable.
Oh no.
That is the bottom rung of pizza. There's Lunchable pizza, then there's Speedway pizza, then there's Little Caesars. Like you just ate the bottom rung of pizza.
I don't know, dude.
It's
I think I'd take a
$6
Lunchable
though.
over
What are you
Little
talking about?
Caesars.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Little Caesars, it's hot and it's ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Get it.
Never.
I
My
always
son
used to
loves
say-
it. Every time he wants it, I hate it. I hate it. I'm like, what do you want? Why?
See, like you order Papa John's, right, and they give you like a peppercini with
No.
every pizza.
Oh yeah.
I believe that where Little Caesars is falling off is that they don't supply you with toilet paper with every pizza because it's absolute shit.
You spend the money. You go to places like Futuro. You go to places like Futuro. You go to Grumps. You go to Beach Grove Pizza Company. You just pay the extra $5 for a better pizza.
Well, out here in
please.
Lappel, Indiana, you got
Please.
till 9:00, and that's it.
Yeah, that's why I want
The closest
The
closest
town
fast food
just rolls
restaurant
up. Sunset rolls up.
is at 13 and 69. That's the closest. It's like 17 minutes to the closest fast food restaurant.
Wow.
We used to have a Subway up in here, but they shut that bitch
I'm
down.
surprised you
Yeah.
had. I'm surprised Pizza King delivered. She actually, when she answered the phone, she was like, "We delivering tonight," and then she got a yes. So
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? When they do deliver, I've never had it take more than 15 minutes.
I told him
Even
7:30.
Pizza Hut.
I told him
That's impressive.
7:30.
If it's over 20 minutes,
I told
I'm
him-
like, oh no, what's happened?
I told him 7:30. It's 7:28. They early. They're good.
There's
Damn,
like
all right.
800 residents here, man.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that's why nothing lasts. We had a CVS too. That bitch no.
Ow. Even
Yeah.
CVS left town.
But we Max, what is it called? Pan. There's a fucking god damn it. There is a brewery right here on Main Street. Pax Verum.
800 people and y'all got a brewery.
Yeah, dude, we got Pax
Wow.
Verum right here on Lapel, and then we have like
That's the
a
thing to do.
Mexican restaurant that's fire.
Hell yeah.
That's the
Hell
thing
yeah.
to do.
That-
now. Your
that place
population is
actually
more than
looks pretty
200.
good.
You need a brewery.
But everybody closes at 9, except for Get Go right here. They're open 24/7.
You have a 20.
That's
What?
nice.
You have 24
right here,
hours.
dude. I could walk there in
Wow.
like 2 minutes.
Oh
flat.
my goodness.
Oh,
Well,
that's sick.
If I cut through my neighbor's yard, it actually is a lot shorter. You
There's-
could see it from here. So
I live on the B side, and there's one gas station, 10th and Post, that's open 24 hours. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
I just
it's the
happened
only
to-
one.
buy a house
Yeah.
right next door to a gas station, basically.
I also live next to a gas station that's walkable distance, but I always drive there
Likewise.
because it's like it takes less than a minute.
I have a gas station on my corner, but he closes at like 10. It makes me mad because anytime I'm coming home from anywhere, it's closed.
Yeah, but
So
Yeah.
I gotta go to 10th and
you live
Post.
on the B side there, bro.
I know. It's all right. It's right. I grew up.
There isn't a night on that side of town that you won't hear gunshots. It's yeah,
true. I mean,
like literally.
Yeah.
but it's when you don't hear
Katie
gunshots.
knows all about
It's
it.
when you don't hear
It's
gunshots
been
when you
peaceful
worry.
lately.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really nice last night.
No shit.
The
Yeah,
rain.
they're closer. They're closer to downtown than
Yeah,
I
you probably
am.
just
I'm,
drove it.
I'm out there by 465.
I live in
Oh,
Lawrence.
They're
Yeah.
down there.
Lawrence,
They're down there. in the
yeah.
Broad
nitty-gritty.
Ripple.
The real.
Yeah,
The
they're
rip.
down there in the nitty gritty.
I'm only like quarter
Yeah.
mile from the main strip, so yeah, I hear everything going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lawrence is pretty quiet though. Like I'd never hear gunshots because I always got noise canceling headphones. But when I lived on the strip of Fountain Square, you could hear like fire trucks, ambulances, gunshots,
cop
people
cars.
screaming, drunk people,
Yeah.
homeless people, police cars just screaming down the street. And it sucked because like even with my noise canceling headphones, you cannot get rid of it. It was almost every single night.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't stand it. It was crazy. I lived there for like 2 years, maybe 3 years max. It was a nightmare.
I'm right on Broad Ripple Avenue, so that's like the main drag strip going into
Mhm.
like downtown where all the bars are and stuff for Broad Ripple. So I hear them when it's slightly warm out. You'll hear them every hour. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Bars close at 3. They'll be doing that shit till 4 o'clock. Doesn't matter.
That'll be all right.
It wasn't
Yeah.
until I moved to Irvington that and this is a thing over there, this is what they do. So normally like living in like Beach Grove or wherever, any other part of the town, it's always, cap, you know.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Wherever you go.
oh shit. Oh no, not Irvington, bro. Irvington's special. Irvington's pop. And you know what they call that?
Just
They call that the kill shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because in Irvington, they make sure you're dead.
Shit.
Like literally,
Very
I've heard
straight.
that so many times over there. Like you hear the initial rounds and then like, oh fuck.
Somebody thinks they're John Wick.
Yeah, I guess so.
in Indianapolis.
John Wick has motherfuckers in
Indianapolis.
Irvington.
Right. In Indianapolis.
Get the
John
old
Wick.
Clint
There's
Eastwood
been a lot
spiel.
of blood spilled in Irvington over the years.
Get
It's
off
such
my
an old
lawn.
part of the town.
That's just Sipple's calling us old.
mean,
Yeah.
See him over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, y'all sound
This
so
gun
old.
holds 6 rounds. And I feel like I might have shot 5 by that last count.
I'm just kind of
Are
used
you
to
feeling
hearing.
lucky, punk?
I sleep. There's got to be some chaos. I sleep better that way.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not going on, that's when you got to worry.
That's the
Oh,
Sounds of the
I'm
City.
kind of
Like, you need-
desensitized to it. Like it doesn't. I don't know.
Put me out in the country where I don't hear shit. I fuck yeah, sleep for shit. Yes.
Wait till summer, Katie. It'll be
Oh, yeah.
popping.
Yeah.
All day, just gunshots constantly. I'm just kidding. Actually, our murder rate is much higher in Indianapolis
the
than most
murder rates
places.
now.
I grew up in Southern California.
Simple
It's
stuff.
nothing.
In San Diego,
No, not San Diego. Different places.
San Francisco.
My sister's there.
you
ever heard
I'm
of-
just gonna keep
Have
going
you
into.
ever heard of Hemet?
No. I've never even been to Cali. I know shit about fuck.
You don't know shit about fuck.
No.
Yeah.
So
When
what?
I moved out here, a little kid asked me, he goes, "Is it true you can't wear blue in California?"
Oh, wow, that's like 90s.
You know?
Throwback.
You can't wear cubby blue on the south side of Chicago. I'll tell you that.
Oh, right. Oh, that is kind of a thing.
Oh, I
It
forgot.
is.
Yes, very much a thing. I've gotten beat up outside of Comiskey a couple times.
Dang.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
So, did y'all cover the name Sonora, like where it
Oh,
comes
we
from?
didn't know. Yeah.
Tara,
we
that's
never
on you.
got there.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't my idea. I kind of took it. So Cole, when he played drums in the band, he used to go to like a music school down in Nashville initially, but then he ran out of money and he came back up to Shelbyville, and then he moved to Greenwood where we practiced. So I would drive down there, and initially it was going to be Sonora, Sonora, but then I was like, let's do something clever. Let's put in Sonora with an I in the middle, like Nor, LA Nor, or whatever. I
Right,
don't know
right.
why I did that. But I as soon as he joined the band, I pretty much just dropped it, and it was just Sonora, the name. And people have been telling me what does it mean, and it's just like, I think it's like sound in Spanish basically, but it's not technically. I actually have friends that are like from Texas and like speak that
Right.
language obviously, and they just say it means like sound as in like a sound plan or like a sound
Pleasant sound.
pleasant
Pleasant
well, not
sound.
even related
He
to
got it.
music or
Got it on
sound.
Google.
Google.
Okay.
I did the thing.
A pleasant
Pleasant
sound.
I
sounding.
googled.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I was told it had nothing to do with sound initially.
So there's another form of Sonora called, I don't know the root word, but another form of it is sonorous, which means like very low bass, deep sounding,
Yeah.
which is kind of the sound that we've kind of evolved into a little bit, just
Yeah.
gradually.
Yeah. We're just,
Just from kind of weird like skate punk into whatever it is we do now,
Yeah.
mix a whole bunch of stuff together.
yeah. I mean, initially we were like there was this like vaporwave movement that started in the early, probably say like 2013 is when I really initially discovered it. And then like I was like really obsessed with the sound. And then Death Heaven came out with that one album, Sunbather.
Yeah.
I was listening to that a lot, and then Cole showed me this band called Title Fight, and they had this album called Floral Green, and then they put out this new album called Hyperview, which is like an amazing album. I listened to the first 2 songs, and I'm like, that's the sound. That's the sound we're going for now.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of the punk bands I used to listen to, like Dope Sweater and Crack Lung,
Crack Lung,
Rip Crack Lung.
Rest in peace.
They were like 20-year-olds that would like they were literally like one of the best grindcore bands in Indianapolis,
easily.
and the only one that I haven't seen a grindcore band at all. So I mean, whatever. So a lot of punk influences. So we kind of devolved into like, I think when Rain joined the band, it started to become like a real punk thing.
Yeah.
More so because we were I think that first album, what was it called? Live However, Die Whenever.
Yep.
It was a little experimental. We were just kind of like messing around with, different sounds and shit.
Right.
And then I think the next EP was like more concrete. And then like, I think over the last, I don't know, like 2 or 3 albums, we ended on a song in our set called Sky Gods, and we recorded. And I think it's like, there's like at least 4 different recorded versions of this one fucking song we've been playing for like 6 years.
It was on Live However, Die Whenever. And you can kind of tell that like that general direction is where we wanted to go, because there were a lot of different parts, a lot of different time changes, and we wanted to incorporate a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the bare bones version of it. Like, okay, here's, Sonora 101. Okay, how do we evolve that onto the next EP, the next album, and go from there. Tara's written a lot of like concept type albums.
Yeah.
So kind of talk about APOC.
So APOC was more of like about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And then
each of those songs was kind of based around that. Like we had Plague, Warheads, what else?
Plague.
We haven't played these songs in so long.
And then
Death. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were like, it was like
Death,
20
Repeat.
minutes long. It was supposed to be like a prog suite, but punk.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of ambitious.
Kind of love those real long, drawn out songs, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying. I don't know. We kind of, we're just kind of messing around, and I don't know. I think when we got to like Guilt Trip was when like we kind of started finding like a really concise sound, really like kind of mixing this shoegaze with punk
and hardcore.
I mean, and I mean we were kind of doing that, but we were more focusing on like the shoegazy part, and I feel like that kind of set us apart from like a lot of different like a lot of the bands in Indianapolis.
I think so. Yeah. That's still what I think. That's probably my second favorite album art that we have besides Dominion. It's just so.
It's probably my favorite, honestly.
It's so good, and the liner notes are sick. The fucking back is sick as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can pull it up on. I don't know if we're.
Yeah, and I made it in CS2. By the way, I made
Shep could do
it in like the 20-year-old version of Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we came out with our first full length like. Literally when the pandemic hit, we had like, it was like half songs that half of it was new and half of it was kind of old.
Yeah.
Basically. So like we took songs that we were already playing or like kind of recorded or like kind of we recorded but we
in various states.
Yeah. Like early states of songs or rehashing songs and then recreating them basically. And that was pretty much Dance to the Flies. We had been playing some of those songs for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, and we were just like, we need to record this.
Right.
Like,
let's get this down, get this out.
Yeah. And then
because like Sky Gods morphed from like a 3-minute kind of like indie kind of punk, like more lighthearted stuff.
Yes.
And then by the time it gets to the closer on Dance of the Flies, it's more like it's more progressive, and it's like a 3-parter. We've got an intro where it's more like post rock with some flute element, like a flute melody going
our friend
on to it.
Amber, played. I didn't really tell her what to do. I just kind of like showed her the song, and she listened to it like maybe 3 or 4 times. We did like 3 or 4 takes. That was it.
Killed it.
She did pretty good, pretty awesome. And then it's like it goes into that intro into
Breath of Fire,
and then Sky Gods.
Breath of Fire was kind of like this. It started as like kind of a Tool like riff that I had written forever ago, and we kind of turned that into a whole song. And we're like, okay, well, we got this other song called Sky Gods, which was the melody and the main riff hasn't really changed, but the way that we play it and the rhythms and everything, that's all changed.
Katie,
so
it's not safe to go by yourself. Take this with you.
Take the sword.
Yeah.
Take the sword.
Master Sword.
The shield's back behind him.
Oh,
over there by Danny, who's hiding back there in the corner.
Yeah.
But
So we get Dance of the Flies out. We still have, I think,
Oh, wrong way.
3 or 4 songs
yeah.
off of that we hadn't recorded that we're like, okay, we got enough material for a full album. Let's just get this done, get this out,
Yes.
and then we can come back and visit these later. And then we still are going, or we still have plans to go back and revisit those, because even after we recorded the newest album, Dominion, which is, I think, all but one of the songs are completely brand new, which we wrote when Joe started.
Yeah.
We did Midwest Abyss, I think, was the only one that was a kind of a holdover from when Ben was on drums.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did that when we're like, generally, we're pretty open to ideas and, hey, what do you think you can contribute? How do you want to play this? Here's the general style we're going for. But we're like, no, this one particular song, we want it to be played a certain way. So, do what you do, but here's the main thing that we're going for. And he elevated it to a way I didn't think.
Yeah. And I think he does a lot more on, a little bit more with
songwriting wise and contributing and having discussions and like, okay, well, so we've got this idea. Tara will send, riffs and stuff through the group chat, and Ben will say, okay, well, maybe let's try this instead of that. Or, hey, during practice, like, what if we did like kind of a slower part here, or we kind of shrunk that down, and okay, how many times do we want to play this? 8 times, 4 times, and say, okay, how about 4? And then we try both, and just a little bit more active in contributing than I think a lot of drummers will typically do.
Yeah. And usually when I write a song, I'll kind of have it in my head, okay, this is how it's going to sound. And then you guys kind of filter it and kind of go through we kind of add stuff when we get to practice, and it's always more fun when it's a little more I always like setting the foundation, here's this and this, and that's the whole song. But then it's more fun, I feel like, when you kind of sit down and have the whole song, and then just what if we did this, and then we did this, and then shorten this part and engage in lengthen this part, and then it's it gets a little even better, because I always like having have a little more input. And we're working on a new song you wrote, and it turned out way different than I ever thought it could.
So once Joe started, we moved practice to his place,
West Side.
He's got a dedicated room for that. It's all padded. It's fucking awesome.
Yes.
And I got a little handheld microphone, because I'm like, let's start recording some of these practices, because we have really cool ideas or ways that we play it, and I want to save that for later, come back to it, use that as a reference, right?
Yeah.
So there was one riff that I had been working on for a couple years, just a little 90-second bass thing, just a couple chord changes. Sounds really pretty. I'm like, well, let's just use it as an intro for, another song or whatever. And then as we were playing it and
wide open.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I don't need to shoot.
Yeah.
Where is the shield in the sword?
It got left.
No.
I knew it. I knew there was going to be problems. Well, I'm just going to set these here while I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it started as this little just bass thing. It's it's a little pretty riff, and we can have it as an intro to another song. We'll go heavier afterwards, so it's kind of got that the dynamics of that. And then Tara was messing around, and they kind of came up with this post rock kind of version of it. It's okay, I kind of like that.
It's very heavy at first, and then it cuts right into your thing, and then it ends in a weird schmoz.
Yeah. And as we were just kind of playing it, just playing through it. And okay, well, what if we think it flows better to do this or that?
Yeah.
And so it's one of I think our most dynamically different songs that we've got.
It's always fun to mess with dynamics for us, because there's always a lot of bands will do a very straightforward on tempo kind of song or whatever, or I don't know. We don't really do that in this band at all. No, we can't. I for whatever reason have this problem. I listen to the weirdest fucking music. It doesn't. It's sort of. I write music it's a conversation. It'll never land where it started usually.
Yeah.
But we have songs that are pretty straightforward. It's just most of the time I'm thinking
Yeah.
this thing will lead into this thing and that thing,
Yeah.
you know.
And that's one thing that I think has really helped kind of us evolve, because we've been playing together for now like 6 years,
6-7 years,
6-7 years at this point. Joe's only been here for maybe a year,
year and a
most.
half.
But you're talking about music as a conversation. When you're open to not criticism, but maybe constructive criticism, or just hearing different ideas about the riffs that you might have, that has really allowed us to open up these songs to be something more than what they might have originally been.
Oh yeah.
So, because I've been in projects where it's very much a songwriter is the band leader, and just, no, we're doing it this way, and that's what's going to happen.
And
But
I
with
do,
this
and I am
singer's
like that
disease.
sometimes.
Sometimes, but
Yeah.
Tara writes like 90% of the material, but the way that we're able to contribute makes it, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really tell them what to do. I just,
No.
I mean, I just kind of assume they're gonna play what they're gonna play, and it's gonna sound how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of on the same page, so I mean, so long as that happens, I mean, it's gonna sound great.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Every once in a while, it'll be like, okay, Joe, can you play the hi-hats a little bit faster or something? like
Yeah,
that.
or
That's
like-
like the most that it's ever that any of us tells each other what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, how about make sure that you sync with me on this particular downbeat or something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Who's responsible for bringing cocaine to the band practice?
I don't know. I drink a lot of Red Bull before it comes sometimes.
I figured you'd say Joe because Joe's not here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm not done with this blood orange.
I thought you opened it.
I'm still waiting for that pizza though. Just a one slice.
The pepperoni's on the
pass it
table.
around.
Okay.
The pepperoni's on the table.
Pass it
Okay.
I feel like this is my responsibility. Here we go. Okay.
The pizza dealer.
Yes.
Can I say that the inside of that refrigerator smells like a loaded diaper?
Does it really?
Oh,
Bro, I haven't. I don't.
Put that in between y'all.
I'm never here. I don't
thank
fuck with it.
you.
It's
Oh,
bad,
God.
dude. I'm gonna bring
What's
the
it?
other one over from my
Enchilada.
What's
garage.
in there?
Fed.
Look at
What's in
that.
there?
Like mold.
Ooh.
There's
There's
mold in
mold.
there.
Crumble
Yeah.
bacon.
No way.
Or crumble
yeah.
pepperoni.
Yeah, it's covered in it.
I don't remember last time. I
Oh,
had
you know
pepperoni.
what, dude?
It's because it doesn't seal right. And it gets
No,
left open and
no.
shit.
It's because
Craig.
I've been unplugging it.
Oh,
That's probably what
yeah,
it
no,
is.
you can't, no, dude. You can't, and with the door closed, yeah, you can't do that.
I noticed my
Mm.
drink was
Fuck.
not very cold.
Hi,
But-
Craig. I love you.
Okay.
Weed,
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear
Love
always brings
weed.
the cocaine.
love it.
Cocaine's pretty good.
Eat Delta 9.
I do.
Guess who
Not the
lost her
cocaine in
life?
this
Has Craig Chaos
Uh-oh.
been on the
It's-
chocolate?
I think it's on the flow.
On the flow?
Oh
Craig's
shit!
been
Not
on the
the flow.
podcast, but not the current one.
He's
not
been
the
on
current
it
one.
at
Oh.
least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Craig needs to get over here.
We had Stealing Volume here
I'll order Craig pizza when he
last
comes.
week.
That was a
and
good one.
I totally forgot that we'd had him on before.
Yeah.
But it was like fucking shit, man. 6 years ago. Can't remember.
Damn.
It's too many.
Technically, you can do it again,
I think we
Every
played
3
with
years.
Scaling Volume like way back when. I think.
like at a house in 2017,
Probably,
I think,
yeah.
with
What
Think
are you looking
Tank.
Think
Think
I
Tank.
miss
Yeah, they're
Think
fucking
Tank
bones
so
are up
fucking
there.
much.
Black
Yes,
Recluse, Think Tank. Miss
They're-
those bands.
They're
yes.
band members right there.
Yeah.
I think Midwest Abyss was like
I
the
completely
influence
forgot.
to from Think Tank. I think because you showed off that riff, and then we kind of just went off of that, and that was something like an influence from Think Tank. I don't know.
Well, thank
It
you.
was
I wrote all
entirely
those
the-
songs.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Thank God.
Think Tank was fucking sick.
Well, Amanda and I both wrote the lyrics, but I wrote all but 2 of the songs.
need it.
Once I left the band, they don't.
Oh, yes.
That was a great
songs.
band.
Yeah.
That was a great year, man.
Oh, is it?
I'm trying to remember if I played that house show or not. So I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, fair
I don't
enough.
remember either.
I've done so many things wrong since then that
Yeah,
make my brain
yeah.
not work.
How many
as well.
house shows do you think you've played?
Oh God, I don't know. A lot. I've played a lot of house
a
shows.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't go to a house show without a handle. Normally I take 2. That way people have options.
There you go.
Yes.
Rum or whiskey. Actually, more. I ended up transferring into tequila or whiskey or tequila and rum.
Mm.
I can't remember,
Mm.
but
That's a good combo. Tequila
Yeah.
rum.
Honestly.
tequila rum because everybody pretty much drinks rum and hardly anybody drinks tequila, which is why I started bringing tequila because that
I'm a
means
pirate. I gotta drink my
can have
rum, man.
some.
I gotta drink my rum.
Nobody drinks
Jet-
it. That's why I do.
Jess
Pretty
drinks-
much. Yeah.
Jess drinks
Yeah.
tequila. She like if
Wow.
it's not a punk rock night, she's drinking
Oh, Jess is
tequila.
I looked at
That's
Danny
not,
like,
no, Danny's here. Jess is
Yeah.
at work. Jess is a Beach Grill Pizza. No, Danny is a Captain and Coke. She is a Captain and Coke. I'm double shot of rum, and Jess likes the sweet tarts that Lisa makes.
I like to go to class. I like to keep it classy, so I go to class. I keep it 101. Turkey and Coke.
Turkey and Coke.
That way I have my Thanksgiving dinner and a little party afterwards.
I
like that salt that Lisa gets.
I could go
for around the
anywhere with
rim.
that.
I
You
could
can
shake
play
it out of
so
tequila.
many ways, man,
What?
because it's 101. So it's
Is it?
cool.
Am I wrong?
Turkey
Were you drinking
and
Makers and
Coke.
Coke the other night? Was it Makers?
What?
What? Makers?
She can't hear. Can you hear us?
No, I'm talking to you.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Oh yeah, I
have no
like. I
idea.
She's
love.
not drinking
Right now.
Makers.
I love Maker's Mark. Hell yeah.
That's right.
Who's he talking to? Damn it!
Yeah.
We can check it out. We got a Maker's Mark tablecloth.
Diaper.
Ooh.
Maker's Mark diaper.
I think you knocked your mic. I think you
This
knocked
is
your
what I covered the mixing board with when we shut everything down.
Smart.
Just
So,
kidding.
so it lives
So
long
don't
now.
get-
But for the
Dusty.
record, I'm not making fun of Maker's Mark. I love this.
Yeah,
shit.
Maker's Mark's dead.
Some beastie.
It's got to be better. What the fuck are you drinking right
So,
now? What
I-
is that called? Benchmark?
Yeah, this is
Oh.
benchmark. So this is like
Yeah.
Would you like some tea?
like the third cousin of Buffalo Trace. So this is distilled at the same distillery as Buffalo Trace. It's the same people. It's just they're
How much that bottle cost you?
$16.
So it's like the
So you-
leftover bourbon.
so
this-
you're like literally saying that Joe
Pretty much.
Smith
Okay.
and Joanne Lacey makes both Benchmark and
Jesus.
the Trace.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking-
sure.
Same
like
two
some
people.
tea.
Sure.
Some bestiality.
I thought Bill Gates made it, but whatever.
Yeah.
I was mistaken. He makes COVID. So
Oh,
no.
oh no.
What's happened?
You said you wouldn't get political.
no.
And that will be our second block in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Y'all was in that realm.
I'm sorry. I was listening to conspiracy theory podcasts
It's
on
awful.
Spotify today.
Don't go down that rabbit hole.
It's
Yeah,
so much
go
fall
down that
down, you
rabbit
won't
hole,
come
bro.
back.
And then I was like, this is boring and stupid. So would you like some tea? Maybe some bestiality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Craig's on one.
But I switched it to like haunting podcasts, and I was listening to like stories of people's like crazy shit that's happened to them.
Which one you listening to?
Fuck, man, I can't remember. I can't remember my
a lot of
middle name.
UFO stuff right
Yeah.
now.
Have you
Yeah.
guys
I'm horrible at
ever
it.
heard of Lore?
Lord.
Laura, the YouTube channel.
It's a podcast too.
Oh yeah, I think I have recently.
They freaking converted it to an Amazon TV series for like the first like few seasons and
That's
stuff.
cool.
Okay.
It's pretty
Okay.
fucking dope. Like I used to work at this geology place, and we would just listen to Lore as we like number rocks. We felt like true, like like gremlins. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I like it. They like it's like stories from like in history, like people's own stories of like
Mhm.
different things happening.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild. It's pretty good.
Tara got me hooked on a
That's
podcast
cool.
from years ago called
Expanded Perspective.
Expanded Perspectives. It's user submitted stories about cryptids and stuff like that. They shy away from the conspiracy theory stuff, but so it's more like Bigfoot, aliens, ghosts, Dogman, that those kinds of things.
There,
Shadow
dude,
people.
no.
Let me
You
ask
can't
you
say
this.
Dogman on this podcast. There is a rule. No Dogman.
What is your
I've
favorite
never heard of
cryptid?
Dogman until who was on the show? Was it Pennington? Who was it? Somebody was on the show.
It was Paint
Hold on.
Job.
It was
It
Paint
was Paint
Job.
Job.
Yeah, fucking Carter. Fucking telling the
Yeah.
story about
Yeah.
fucking Dogman. And I've
Mm.
never heard of Dogman. Ever. You don't have to raise your hand. Well, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm right there. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't
Dogman
either.
is.
I thought they made it up just to fuck with me.
Google it
Swear to
right
God.
now.
Swear to God. By the
Google
way,
it.
I had a really bad joke that I came up with earlier, and I didn't want to interrupt. But I want to go ahead and tell it now. Next
Okay.
time somebody wakes me up and tells me that I'm snoring and it's bothering them, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. I'm snoring. That's all I'm sounding.
Do it.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right,
I'm out, I'm out.
Little sound effects. He does.
That
Wow.
one?
You got two? Is that the two you got?
This-
Just for the record,
No.
sometimes it's good to shut the fuck up, Chet.
I know. I know.
Should get the family
That doesn't
guy
mean I'm
get
gonna
in
do
the book.
it. Bad Sheppy.
Who's your guys' favorite cryptids?
Oh man,
Favorite Crips?
That's a good sound.
I mean,
I need to think about it.
That was well done.
probably ghost because there's just so many different kinds. But I mean, black-eyed kids are probably the creepiest stories I've read
Yeah,
about
those
them,
are
just
the
because they have some of the
fucked.
weirdest like abilities or whatever you want to call it. You
Yeah.
know, they're just I think by nature they're the creepiest. But encountering something like the man dog or Bigfoot or something like that,
Yeah.
something that's just physically more powerful and bigger than you, it's probably the
Yeah,
Our man dog and dog man 2 separate.
I was trying not to say
Oh,
dog man.
Right, we're
trying to
follow
abide by
the
the rules,
rules.
Will.
I thought we had two different cryptids now.
Yeah.
That we're just reverse
No.
roles of each other.
Yeah.
yeah.
What about
so,
you, Tara?
oh god. When I was a kid, I watched a documentary about aliens, and I was just like bedazzled by like people getting abducted out of nowhere, and it scared the
I'm
shit out
a-
of me as a kid.
Yeah.
Aliens.
So little grace, but I mean that's not even my most afraid of. It's like I saw this, but anyway, I saw this documentary, and I was like from 11 to about until I got a car. I was scared of being abducted by aliens. Like I was so scared to like turn my back to my to the window next to my room and see like little grays poking out through my window or whatever.
Hey, no
So
shit. Like when I would
Dude.
watch those documentaries, I had the same fear for like a
I'm-
day
Yeah,
or two.
no,
afterwards.
it was so
It's
bad.
so
My mom
weird.
had to get like window covers over my
Yeah.
fucking windows
I'm-
because I was like so fucking afraid. I would like
Mhm.
I just couldn't sleep in my own bed for a while, and like I think I don't know. I don't know if I ever was abducted, but like there just felt so many times, and it's just where I was just like I'm having a normal dream. I'm going outside in the woods. I'm in my house, and then I see a UFO just flying right by, or like even worse, I'm in the middle of being abducted by a UFO, and there's just like people around me that are running away from it and just disappearing. And they're
Another
just like,
reason I won't live in the
shit.
country.
yeah, it was really intense. I've actually like had experience like where I was just flightless and just like zoomed up into the air. I actually had another dream about it recently where it was like flying through the air. And then I actually had another dream recently. I was flying through space when I was just like hurtling through the air or whatever.
Were
That
you
was-
able to like control it at all, or
I
just
can't
like
control any of
tumbling
it. No,
end over end?
hardly ever. I don't have lucid dreams like that.
I'm a firm believer that aliens are here already. Like,
I
for
actually
the
think they're
longest time, I think octopuses and squids, and I feel that they're aliens from other planets that have come here.
yeah, I mean some of them can grow to like 60 to 70
They're
feet.
super smart. Too.
Hey,
60
Justin
to 70
Lucas.
they can get themselves out of a jar. If you
And
can get
some of them
yourself out
can
of a
fit
jar,
into
you
oil
are a
drills.
threat to me.
You're right.
Yeah, some of them can fit into oil drills. You ever see that? You ever hear that story where like they
One
found
in
out like a
Rome.
little
Sorry.
Uh,
I
well,
had to do it. Go ahead.
so there was they found like a squid in like some fucking like oil pipe or whatever, and just kind of in the middle of fucking nowhere, not even close to the ocean. It was like somewhere in like Kentucky or Tennessee or something. Where they just like were just pulling out oil out of a pipe, and all of a sudden, just a little squid just pops out.
How the fuck you get in there?
What the fuck?
Where do you
Travel
come
all that
from?
way
Yeah.
because they can
Squids are
squeeze
just-
themselves into the smallest of holes.
Mhm.
So they probably
Yeah.
got
So
like
fucking crazy.
somewhere from the ocean and then just like carried in mainland and just kind of fell out.
Yeah.
I mean that
Whoa.
I don't know. Actually kind of like squids. Just so long as they're like kind of they don't
Not
kill
touching
you.
me,
Don't
as long
try
as
to
they're
like
fuck
to eat
with
them.
Yeah.
don't fuck with them. That's
Yeah.
just the thing. They're really cool from a distance. That's the thing.
It's
Just
a
like
kraken.
sharks.
The
Yeah.
kraken
Sharks will kill
terrified
you.
me as a kid.
Sharks won't kill you, but like if you just like get too close to them, then that's their territory. That's their home. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna try to eat you.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind. But like
I'll
Back
stay
to-
out of deep ocean. That's fine.
yeah, but no, like I think probably the most scariest thing is like cryptids that are like not really, understood. Where it's like, I read this YouTube channel called Bedtime Stories. They
Those
talk
are
about
meant to creep you out.
yeah, so they talk about like
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
yeah, like UFO stories and like ghost stories and like cryptids and shit. Like there's this one cryptid. I don't know if it was Expanded Perceptives or Bedtime Stories, but like they talked about like this like Nosferatu looking like cryptid thing that was like 6-7 feet tall and like hairless and basically like a Wendigo, but it was like in Indiana. So
sure.
it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but they it like jumped up from a road all the way like 10-12 feet up into like a tree or something, like straight up.
Damn.
And like anything that can jump that high looks human and could probably kill you. That scares me more
so
than
like
ghosts.
no shit, every time I'm taking my garbage out, I'm always looking at the top of the garage like, am I gonna see Mothman up there?
I'll
Am I
tell you
gonna see
right
some
now.
fucking shit up
I
there,
hope
you know?
I see
Indiana
Mothman. I
producers are
hope I see
watching this.
Mothman.
You want to see Mothman?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will do his taxes. I will.
That probably scared the shit out
I
of
got
me.
abducted by
Yeah.
Mothman and he made me do my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
he should be
Chicago.
dead.
Me
He's my
and Mothman
stepdad,
made out, and he's a
actually.
passionate kisser.
In Chicago, the scariest shit was taking the trash out to the dumpster in the dark alley.
I believe it.
Like just seeing little like rats the size of dogs, like the little eyes glistening and waiting for you to tip your trash so they can come eat it.
Yeah.
They're
It was
probably
the
just
creepiest shit.
hungry.
But
Yeah.
nobody's lights worked in the alley in the 80s. Oh, it was always dark.
Yeah.
And it's creepy as hell. Like quiet Chicago alley is not
So
Any-
I wanted to like touch base on this whole aliens thing, and you're saying like
squids.
they're in the ocean,
Yeah,
like they're alien.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What if all these UFOs and aliens are actually from the ocean?
That's yeah,
So,
I believe it.
Have y'all been following
Multiverse,
the
anything's possible.
government releases and shit that they've been putting out?
I'm a little
Yeah.
worried right now.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned.
So like there
like,
were a couple.
They keep shooting these fuckers down. I'm like, this is not
They
good.
might be just like
So-
Chinese spy balloons, honestly.
Well, it's not. Yeah, the spy balloon's
They're
one
just like
thing,
making that shit up.
but there's actual like unidentified flying objects that they're trying to shoot down now.
Yeah. So
That's not good.
yeah,
y'all heard about the incident
Right.
on the USS Nimitz? This was years ago. It's a
Mhm.
ship. I don't remember which port it's based out of. Anyway, it's one of our ships that we've got here. They would have
Space
These-
isn't real.
an unidentified aerial phenomenon or whatever, like these things like coming and fucking with all of the sailors on board, and they would track it on all different types of sensors and shit like that. And most
this-
famously, it had these two like F-16 or F-22 pilots like in jets. They were scrambled trying to intercept
I heard
this
about
thing,
this. Yeah,
and they're spotting it on the ocean. They get visuals on it, and then it just like shoots up into the air like faster than is technologically possible, whatever.
You're right.
And they're circling around it, trying to dive onto it, and it's like predicting their movements. So it's like going opposite of what they're doing and
yeah,
shit
like
like
basically
that.
fucking with
Yeah,
them.
and it got within like 10 feet of the pilot's like cockpit or whatever. So he's seeing this thing moving at insane speeds.
and the aliens are going.
Yeah.
And just like,
And this is all like on radar and like shit that they've admitted to. And like after that was released, there were like probes and investigations. Like, okay, well, what else is there? Because you can't have stuff like messing with our warships, right? And
Right.
come to find out, like there was this one specific port where they would mess with the soldiers like almost every single day.
Jesus.
Every single day, they would have something like that happen to them. And
God.
yeah, it's crazy. They're
Yeah.
catching stuff going in and out of the water, traversing water at speeds that technically shouldn't be
In the ocean.
possible in the ocean, and
Right,
then
in the
flying
ocean.
above the ocean and going straight up into outer space.
Right.
Aquaman, but aliens.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing is like 9 out of 10 reportings of UFOs are actually over water, and almost
Right.
the majority of them in the United States come from the lakes, Lake Erie, like
Yeah.
Great Lakes.
So
Yeah.
I also was reading a book recently on interdimensional creatures and shit.
Yeah.
And space and time travel. Basically, there are like little huts in Connecticut and across like the entire globe where like there's like these little like hooded like black figures that like come out and like they go in and you can't see them. And there was this one report in the book, and these two girls were in a car and they were driving up to it. And then these black hooded figures like come up out of nowhere, and they got like red eyes and shit. And they started like hovering around the car and like trying to stop the women from like driving off. And it took like all the horsepower they could just to like go through them.
Mm.
And it was
No,
like,
thank you. No, thank you.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's like something more than aliens out there. I feel like there are like different like
like
aliens.
they're phasing in and out almost,
fading in and
something
out
like
of
that.
reality. And basically, I've been reading, like watching things about like Sasquatch is like related to aliens, because if you heard that
I was
story,
literally about to bring this up.
no, listen.
Shapeshifters.
No, not even shapeshifters. They are dropping Sasquatches in the fucking I know it sounds fucking crazy, but listen. Not even that.
So here's some of the crazy shit is that
you got
some
me.
of the most
You got
common
me now.
characteristics that you see along with Bigfoot or Dogman or whatever kind of sightings, alien sightings, is like this weird smell, right? And like seeming like things are kind of seemingly coming out of nowhere. They
Like
leave no
metallic
trace.
smells, right?
Yeah, more like phosphorus. Maybe phosphorus. I don't remember the exact
Or sulfur.
chemical. Sulfur. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sulfur. So they're like, well, what if Bigfoot is this kind of being that is able to kind of go in and out of these planes, like cross over into ours, like temporarily, and that's why we never find anything, you know, because
Exactly.
maybe they're leaving, or they're only here for like a couple of minutes and then they're gone.
Yeah.
You know, shit's crazy.
Or they're from the
So this
future.
is all kind of covered in a book series that just came out that I found from Expanded Perspective. It's called Ecology of Souls, that kind of tries to act as this compendium of, okay, here's all these cryptids, here's how it all might fit together based off of all these common characteristics that we see across all these various different types of cryptid encounter reports. Now, granted, you have to there's no real hard science to it, so you have to rely on, you know, people remembering it and possibly misremembering it or just making it the fuck up, you know, but it's a very interesting read for sure.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, anyone got any really good ghost stories? Like shit that's happened to them?
I do kind of maybe have a ghost story. Maybe it might have been a demon.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I was about 6 years old. I was in my bed. It was dark. I had fallen asleep and the TV was off. It was during the summer when we just moved in to the house where, you know, I live with my mom now.
Right.
So it's like the same. You know, nothing really freaky happens at all. But I was 6 years old at the time and it was dark and I wanted to turn the TV on, but I was kind of scared of the dark, you know, as most kids that age. So I had a plan. I wasn't going to get up because I didn't want to walk right into the, you know, it was too dark. I couldn't see anything. So I was like, I should probably turn the TV on. I'm scared. And I'm just like, I didn't want to like turn around and like look in the dark and see something that was like not supposed to be a thing. So what I did was crawl under the covers and come out underneath the side of my bed, you know, from the covers. So I was just like going to do like a little like snake maneuver and just like, boom, turn the TV on. So I did that, but I didn't like jump, like swoop in enough because it's just literally like I could just crawl like a few feet and just turn the TV on. So I kind of did that. And then I stepped up, turned the TV on, turned to my left, and there are two solid black legs standing right over me. And it's like I could see the waist and maybe like the chest and maybe I don't know. I saw that for like a second, and then I turned the TV right as I was turning the TV on, and then it just went away immediately. So I don't know. It was probably like my mind trying to think, oh, it's my dad or whatever. But like my parents were both asleep, you know.
Right.
And I had nobody else in the house.
They're called demon.
I got a decent childhood scare story.
Seriously.
I was 6 years old. So this is the 80s. You know, Child's Play had just come out, right? Chucky. But I had a My Buddy doll.
Oh.
And I watched the movie at my stepdad's
How
house.
do you not sing that? How do you like my buddy, my buddy, my buddy?
But I had one, and so I was at my stepdad's house, and I watched it, and then went back home to my dad's where My Buddy doll was, and just for weeks the thing creeped me out. Like I thought it was gonna come to life and kill me.
I still have mine.
Like, and I swear it moved. I
Yeah.
I have memories of it being on one side of the room and then it was on another.
Yeah.
But it's not really a ghost story. But it's a childhood traumatic scare of mine. That I until Bride of Chucky came out, I think it was. Until Bride, I couldn't watch it. Like I couldn't do it until Jennifer Tilly was involved in it. And then I was like, yeah, we'll watch this now.
Yeah.
So I used to do ghost hunts with my best friend and his dad. So go to all these supposedly haunted places, see what we can find, right? See what we can experience. The worst thing or the most profound thing I would say that ever happened, we were at a mutual friend's house because he's got reports of, shit's knocking on the windows all night. We're seeing shadows, and there's this one particular one we're seeing all the time. So we're like, all right, let's check it out. Bring some, EMF detectors, bring some mics and stuff, see what we can find. So we don't really hear anything, see anything most of the night. Then, sometime middle of the night, we're all standing in the kitchen. Hallway to the bedrooms is on our right, and then the garage is on our left, right? So he says, hey, that little kid who is supposedly the residual haunter for the house, he's here in the hallway. So we're like, okay, sure. And then we wait just a little bit, and he's like, Andrew, he's standing like right beside you. And then as soon as that happened, I just burst into full flowing tears. A sadness I have never experienced in my life, like worse than the death of a loved one or whatever, just out of fucking nowhere. And it only lasted for about 5-10 seconds, and then it stopped just like that. And he's like, oh, he just walked away. That was his little visitation for tonight. I'm like, what the fuck happened to me?
Oh my god! Now y'all remind me. I actually might have had a ghost attack recently.
Oh yeah?
I don't know how to explain this. So I think a couple nights ago I was sleeping in my new room bed downstairs, and it was kind of sometimes how you go in and out of a sleep, and all of a sudden you'll be jolted up by like somebody screaming, hey, or a big loud noise. So instead of that, I don't know if this is probably not a ghost, but it's something really weird. I woke up being punched in the head. Like there's nobody in my room. It's just me.
And it's none of your cats or anything.
No, my cat's not even strong enough to like I'm like laying against the wall, right?
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
like, I don't think I hit myself against like the wall or whatever, but it was like right here, like in front of the temple, like this.
Ooh.
And it felt like a pretty good like knock or punch or whatever. I felt like I got slapped because I did feel it.
Damn.
I don't know what it was, but it felt like somebody like really tried to like whack me.
Damn. And
I don't know. It's usually when I get waken up in the middle of the night, like by a loud noise or in the middle of a dream, it will like, be a sound, but not like a physical, actual like thing, Now
you just had the basement your mom did.
Yeah.
The basement was
so
completely redone. Do you know if anyone's died in the house or whatever?
They have to tell you that. You have to, when
no
you buy
fucking
a house,
clue.
Yeah.
When you buy a house, if you ask, they have to tell you. They won't tell you if you don't ask, but they have to tell you.
And
Nobody
just,
told
and
us.
just to be
My
clear,
mom.
if you ask a cop if they're a cop, they do not have to answer yes.
They are legally allowed to lie to you. Yes.
Yes, they
Yes.
can now.
So
But yeah.
to Craig's comments about what he was hearing, like the knocks and the walking, I also heard that when I was there.
The mansion.
Yeah.
The mansion's got the mansions, but that's just. I mean, that house is just super old.
Yeah, some houses.
Yeah, when was that?
Yeah,
when
do
was
that.
it built?
I have no idea. Craig, what year was the house built? Give him 5 minutes, he'll answer.
I would assume, based on the architecture, that it was probably built in the 1880s or 1890s.
Yeah, I was just 80s or 90s of 1800.
Especially those fucking lions, man. They got
No,
Right.
1927.
1927. So yeah, almost 100 years old.
Wow.
It's out.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people have puked in that house.
Oh, dude. For sure. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
The numbers are staggering. I mean, staggering, man. I can't even tell you how many people I've seen puke in that house. Fuck, Lord.
Oh no.
Yeah, I used to have band practice there every week.
Did you have band practice? Okay, so I do their like monthly. Like they don't have any pest issues or anything like that, but Kristen has me keep up on the places,
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. So I see it all the time. So I was still working during COVID. Did you have band practice there at all during COVID? Like when they had all the plastic up and everything?
no, I wasn't.
Oh yeah.
practicing there.
Craig and Greg made it like put plastic dividers and everything, made it so people could still practice and stuff. It was pretty cool.
That's nice.
The intuitiveness of what they did down there in the basement with the plastic sheeting and everything, so people could still play. It was kind of neat.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Yeah, I remember the run up was like doing live stuff and
There it is.
videos. Built Hinkle Fieldhouse. What's Hinkle Fieldhouse? Help me.
That's where Butler
That's
plays.
Butler.
Butler plays.
Okay.
Mm.
I've been
That's
there.
cool.
I've been to some games there. So I have one which Paulie's heard 1,000 times, but it reminds me of the story of when you're peeking out the legs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was 7 or 8 years old, and
It's always when you're young.
I was like, "It's Christmas Eve, y'all." You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Santa.
like,
Santa, fucking
like-
step up.
I'm like, I can't sleep, and I heard my parents go to bed, and I was patient, which is not normal for me. Very ADHD driven, but clearly early. Sometimes I'll just burst out, not even realize it, but I do that. Anyways, I was waiting for them to go to bed, and they went to bed. I was like, I'm gonna go look at the presents, and we kept the gifts. We had our Christmas tree in the basement for whatever reason, and that's where they had, gift wrapped everything, whatever. And I like snuck downstairs, and I go into the kitchen, and that's where the basement door is. And I open the door, and legit there is what looked like a male figure, but it was all black, just standing there, like 3 steps down.
Oh shit.
And I immediately was like, slammed the fucking door.
Yeah.
And man, did I get in so much fucking trouble.
I bet.
They didn't give a fuck about what I saw. They were pissed because my ass was awake and trying to look at the gifts and shit.
Oh
So-
man.
Oh yeah, like one of the most like, because at that point it's historically known that I was bad about doing that, because one time I think I was like 3, and it's like, you know how you barely remember that age because there's like only certain things you remember, and normally it's like the intensively bad things. I went into my parents' closet, and this is probably late November, and I found all the Christmas gifts, and I was like, hell yeah. And my mom caught me, and oh my God, she was like so fucking mad. She's like, when your dad gets home, you're fucked. And so like I straight up like hid underneath a blanket.
Belt, paddle. You're like,
Paddle with
wooden
with
spoon?
Whoa,
you want to hear some?
big paddle.
You
and
wanna
they-
hear
they-
some-
my biological father,
Mm,
drilled fucking holes
got you one better.
into it.
Got you one better.
Oh yeah.
So anytime I was my stepdad, anytime I was punishable by paddle worthy or whatever, I had to write what I did with a Sharpie on the paddle, and then however many words that was how many times I got hit by the paddle.
Were your parents super religious?
No, not at all. They were stoners.
Wow.
They were
Wow.
fucking stoners.
My
My mom and
biological father
stepdad were
was.
stoners.
Damn.
My mom and stepdad were stoners. I mean, but yeah, they would make me write it, and it had holes in it too.
Damn.
So yeah, it's definitely old wood paddle, like the thick boy too, Chip. The real thick one that's
Oh yeah.
wooden handle.
The one that my parents had
That's when you
was
learn to write in shorthand.
it was for that game with the ball, and they're in a room, and they like, I don't know what it's called, but people go into this room, and they 2 people, and they just hit the ball against the wall.
Oh yeah,
racquetball.
Yeah.
Racquetball.
Yeah, it was a racquetball, a wooden racquetball thing, and they just drilled fucking holes into it.
Oh shit!
The worst paddle I got was because I flipped. I don't remember how many words I used, but it was because I gave a dude a Dairy Queen, the double bird. And like I ran out of the Dairy Queen into a laundromat, and the dude followed me all the way from the Dairy Queen to the laundromat. Told my parents, had to write it on the paddle. And, I mean,
Oh,
got
man.
the shit beat out.
Did you write the double bird?
Well, I flipped. I can't remember what I wrote, but
Right.
no, it was definitely a double.
Did they
bird.
make
I
you
remember
put
the action.
I?
I remember the action because I was in the window of the Dairy Queen. Just like,
They
But-
what a fucking narc, bruh.
I know, right?
Fuck that dude.
Wow.
Followed a
Fuck
little,
that
guy.
dude.
followed a little 10-year-old boy from Dairy Queen to the laundromat.
I hope
Tell
his
his parents.
I hope
that
his
your
like
son,
washer
baby-
and dryer broke at home.
He was all butthurt about that. That bad.
Wow. He was
Well, yeah, that was the
he was
worst
having
beating.
that bad of a day.
That was the worst beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the most words.
So Alyssa had a question in the chat. Scroll
She
up a little
did
bit.
about the
Yeah.
apocalypse
About
zombie
zombies.
apocalypse.
Zombies.
What about
We don't got enough time for this with me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, for real though,
So
spoiler
many.
alert,
I am-
we're already zombies.
Oh,
We already got a lot.
man.
We're all
corporate
zombies.
zombies. By the way,
all we do is watch TV,
real quick, Alyssa,
do what our government tells us to
retrograde
do.
apparel. Retrograde apparel people. Yeah, that's Alyssa. She is awesome. Has great secondhand clothing. Go see her, please.
Hell yeah.
But no, zombies. Oh, that's completely plausible. Can happen anytime. Some kind of gas that's gonna fuck people. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I believe it's total. They train for it. They actually train for it. There are military, FBI training courses, literature where that is a scenario that they have.
Yeah, but like, what kind
set
of
up
zombies
for.
are they planning on?
I don't know.
going up
to
against?
Rage Zombies 28
Yeah.
or the what's the new one? The
Last of
the
Us.
that fucked me up.
The fungus
That
ones. Yeah.
fucked me up. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, because etymology of the bugs and all that kind of stuff, and so a little bit about fungus and the science of that is very real. It can't live in a human body, but if it were to evolve and be able to live in a human body, that is a very plausible thing. That like fungus
Yeah.
growing in your body like that,
For
and
example,
taking
yeah.
over your nerves
So-
and your brain. And,
Yeah.
There are ants that that are slowly taken over by. This is in real life too, where ants get taken over by fungus.
It's the same. It's a cordyceps
controls
strain.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
It's
controls
completely
them. They just like they're not like consciously aware of what they're doing. They're being taken over by fungus. Like they die, but then they keep going.
And the fungus directs them to go to the highest point that they can, so that when it explodes, it releases the spores
the
onto.
most amount of spreading and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fungus are insane. Fungi is
There's
Fungi.
one that like affects cicadas
it's
or
insanely smart
cockroaches or
for an
something like that.
organism.
Yeah.
It eats like the entire abdomen and then causes them to get like super horny. So they try to mate with as many other insects as possible to
Oh,
spread the
shit.
fungus.
You
and
want to talk
shit.
about aliens?
Roach.
Fungi.
Now we all know what
Yeah.
happened.
You want to talk about aliens? Fungi are the aliens on Earth.
Andrew, you just explained what happened to William at a young age.
Fungi.
Got fungi in the bones.
It's but it is the zombie apocalypse is a completely plausible thing. I mean, they wouldn't train for it if it wasn't. It's
Speaking of that, so years ago, I saw this analysis that wrote up the pop culture references and popularity of vampires versus zombies, depending on who was president at the time and which party was in power at the time. And
we're
it
gonna do
correlated.
politics. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
it's strongly correlated between like when Democrat versus Republican, like that's when it switches from vampires over to zombies and then back and forth
Really?
and back and forth. Yeah. I can't remember the specifics of it, but I'm sure it's out there. So it's Google out there
Glad I'm on
somewhere.
the zombies.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
I feel like Ronald Reagan would weaponize the zombies
Oh my God.
against lower
Yeah.
class
laser
neighborhoods.
beams on their head. The freaking
Yeah.
laser beams.
laser beams on their head.
He injected crack into the communities of African Americans.
I know.
But I do believe in the
terrible.
biological like warfare that can affect the brain, and it doesn't have to be your movie zombies, but there's still that word can mean so many things. Like you take possession of a body is I completely believe is plausible.
I know somebody that got. You ever heard that story about the guy who got hooked on bath salts and like tried to eat somebody?
Oh, it ate the face in Florida. It like ripped the guys, ate the face off the dude in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah,
I heard about that.
Honestly, I don't know if that was zombie related, but I do think it can, affect your mind if you're like too feeble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it can affect certain people because you have enough of it in your system. Like crack, for example, meth. If you have like too much meth in your system, it can make you have like psychosis super bad, and you can just like hear things that aren't there and see people that aren't there. Really fucks you up. It's like almost like a hallucinogen like that. And I've actually were reading a story about a guy who did meth and then took LSD at the same time, and like thought the cops was like invading his house, but like he just imagined it. Like he just imagined police officers with like flashlights and the police sirens like in front of his house, and he basically had like a mental like breakdown.
Yeah,
it was that bad. Scary shit.
Have you guys ever experienced like hearing things or seeing things without taking anything? Because I personally
repeat the question without taking anything.
Without taking anything.
Without taking a drug.
I personally have, and that's because I didn't do one thing, and it's very important to your brain.
Sleep.
And it's sleep.
Sleep.
The sleep deprivation is a very
I was like hearing shit and seeing shit. That's how tired I was.
Mhm.
Thank you,
But
Danny.
that was 4 days without going to sleep.
4 days.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What prompted this?
Right.
I had I was in high school. It was summertime. I was working at Donato's and Subway at the time, and I was in a band. And we had 2 shows in one weekend. And I didn't sleep, like, for whatever reason each night. And by that 4th day, like the 3rd night without going to bed, my drummer's dad, it's funny to say it that way, my drummer's dad, I was like, bruh, I got you, homie. And he goes to his cabinet, he's like, all right, take this pill, take this pill, take this pill. I'm like, okay, what are they? Well, this is vitamin D, this is vitamin C. I was like, oh, he pumped me fucking full of fucking vitamins, and I was lit.
Hell yeah.
The fucking dumbest, craziest. I'm the kind of person, like, I'm a when in Rome. By the way, I said that earlier. My buddy Justin tuned in, and it didn't even process. I was just like, when in Rome, like in the middle of your story, Tara. And I apologize for that. I do that every once in a while. I will just fucking just blurt shit out. But like what was that called? Tourette's. For some reason, I like something just pops and I just say it. But most of the time I can control myself. But I was at, I can't remember what he named the place, but it was. Do you guys know who Andrew Gustin is? Andrew Gustin.
No.
All right. Well, he's a local musician. He's been around a long time, but he used to have these house shows, and at one of his shows, he was like breaking up vitamins and snorting vitamins, and everybody was like, you're fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
That's awesome.
I was like, let's go. I'll do it. And I did it. I snorted vitamins, and I got a little buzz off of it.
So rebellious.
I'll tell you what, that trip though.
I bet.
shit.
Take
I mean-
1,000 milligrams of
Yeah,
vitamin C.
yeah, you can put that on my grave when I die. I snorted vitamins with Andrew Gustin.
And it's totally legal.
Totally legal.
I mean,
Totally
they
legal.
do something like that for Oktoberfest every year. Where it's like
Nuh-uh.
a combination of like mint and like something else. So it's all like pharmaceuticals or whatever. And people just, it like literally you just see people cutting up lines on the table with beer flowing everywhere. And everyone's like, yeah, this is
the
normal.
fuck is going on? What is?
Oktoberfest is fucking wild,
Yeah.
man.
We're snorting things that are good for us. That's what we're doing.
Oh, dude.
It gives you like a
What the
certain
fuck?
high,
Yeah.
you know.
It was cool, man. It was
I'm
cool.
learning so many things tonight.
Yeah.
I get to info dump, man. That's what I do.
I have
Right.
no idea.
Leverage.
I'm gonna go home and snort some B12.
Leverage film.
Oh,
Leverage film posted. You mean schizophrenia in reference to seeing and hearing things, and like
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually
Oh,
know
no.
people with schizophrenia.
Me and
Oof.
my mind voice are no. We're good. Like
Yeah, the only time I've ever
when you
seen
get
or heard
along, it's
things
great. No, it's when you
Listen,
disagree.
without
I
taking
have something really bad too. It's
sleep
called
debt.
intrusive thoughts.
Mm.
So I think of bad things all the time, but I don't
Relationship
enact
word right
on it.
there. There's a
No,
relationship
it's
word right
terrible. And like I've been trying to. I have borderline personality disorder. It's not like super
Holy
terrible,
shit.
but like the thing is, I have like these really crazy fucking like angry thoughts all the time where it's like, oh my God, why are you, like I'll be texting my girlfriend and then she won't respond for an hour. And I'm just like, I get the feeling of wanting to break up with her. And like, but part of me is like, no, I need to be patient and just wait. It's literally that easy. And I just like, okay, I'll just wait. Even though part of me is also feeling like I am so fucking fed up and tired of you not responding to me and within the hour of the hour. And it's so fucking bothering me that you don't ever pick up your, I do have those thoughts and those feelings, but I don't enact on them because I had a dad who did that
Same.
and just like, just blurted out whatever he felt like and was just angry and just went from like 0 to 100 with his anger, I'm not going to do that because I know better and I know how that makes certain people, and it's not worth it. So I wait.
Right.
And I have to just think about, okay, this in reality, somebody will need, be the reasonable headed person. And, I just need to be that.
Shout out to Danny and Jess, because they're the first people in life that have helped me with my BPD relationship wise and work with me. I completely understand every single word you just said because I've had those exact same feelings.
Yes.
And I know she's sitting over there being quiet.
And there's a few other things too, but I mean, we can.
Yeah, the intrusive thoughts, the irrational thinking, it is.
Thoughts of abandonment, the fear.
It's constant. It is
spending
constant.
your flashlights on
irrationally. Yeah.
It is a battle. I've been diagnosed for BPD for about the last year now. And go every other Wednesday. Not today. Next Wednesday is therapy day. But been seeking help for the past about 6 months now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Doing what I can, but just what you just went on for the last, talked about for the last 2-3 minutes, I completely related to wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah.
And deal with it every single day.
Yeah,
it doesn't shut off.
I mean, and there's also a myriad of other things. Like I have generalized anxiety disorder, attention deficit, autism, like the whole, like just this whole like smorgasbord of like mental issues. But I don't know. My thing is like I will think of things. I will think of the worst before it happens, and in reality, it will be like not even half as bad. You know what I mean? Yep. There is a certain patient. There is something in the brain that will not give me patience, and I will think of awful things that will probably not happen. And it's more of having. It's hard to control it, but also. I mean, it's who you are as a person. Yep. And you really, as much as you can try to adapt, you can't really change it, but you can kind of learn how to stop the shit behaviors. And I know there's DBT and there's like other different things, but like I recognize like I have half of the symptoms, and I've been told it's like a passive thing according to my last therapist, but I recognize that I have these issues and I have to like just keep sane and not try, just keep them in my mind and realize that they're not, when people say like, when it's the truth is thoughts, I'm thinking that somebody next to me, like you or somebody else will be saying something really callous or passive aggressive, but like in reality, nobody is.
100%.
And the thing is, when I'm at work, this happens a lot where like I will hear somebody say something, but like there's so much noise going on. It's like, it's not really a person talking. It's just like a bunch of like echo and bullshit. And
plus you're working retail. That's the worst environment.
And I'm working in the back where it's like wood and concrete. And
very echoey, yeah.
Oh, echoey as shit. I have to have noise canceling headphones because I can't handle it. I have like the overstimulation.
If you've ever seen a picture of my eldest, they have their sensory.
I have that too. Yeah,
100%. Any picture you see them in, they typically have their noise canceling. For Christmas, they always ask for headphones that cover the entire ear, like completely envelop in sound. And
see, I need that for work because like sometimes I'll hear something like shatter or like glass shatter or like something heavy slam against the concrete, and it just feels like a gunshot going off of my eardrum. I'm dead serious. It like hurts. It's like a sharp pain too. So like it's somewhere in the eardrum where I can't get to, and it freaks me the fuck out. So I need noise canceling headphones because like I lose my goddamn mind, and I need to just kind of sleep too. It kind of helps. One of my partners actually sleeps with oh god, what are they called? The
AirPods,
the
white ones.
Not that, just like the orange
earplugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
she sleeps with earplugs.
Regular old construction earplugs.
Yeah, and I think she slept with those because she had roommates that stayed up till like 5 in the fucking morning. So that probably was it.
Real
And
quick, thank you, Leverage Films. That's a
thank
huge,
you, Leverage.
massive compliment. Thank you.
Thank you. That's sweet.
I just to piggyback off that real quick, because you've had doubts about the kind of some of the music that you're making, and is it worth it? Is it worth all
Yeah.
the effort and everything? And I say this to anyone who will listen. Tara's probably the most unique guitar player that I've had the experience of just being in the presence of, letting alone getting to make music with.
Oh,
So
Very cute.
it's
it
very
keeps it
good.
keeps everything fresh. And
Your
it
guys'
keeps it-
band is fantastic. That's
Thank
why
you.
when I told Shep, I was like, "Hey, can Tara and Sonora?" And he was like, "Yes, yes, you can."
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
had,
you
I,
can.
had, I had already asked you guys about coming on the show already. Anyways,
Yeah.
I actually had you down for a future date, and then when he said that you guys are coming on, I was like, okay, well, I'll just put you on this date.
They're fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. You
Thank
guys
you.
got a show this weekend.
Yes. At State Street Pub, February 18th.
Who else
with
is on the bill?
Loner, Brad, Dune Buggy, and I can't think of the other band, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. We love State Street Pub. I love hams. There's gonna be ham, well, free for the hams, obviously. You have to pay for it, but there's food there. You can eat burgers. You can eat
No
fries.
bullshit. The best burgers in the city are at State Street Pub.
Yeah.
Yes, they
I'm
are
not-
good.
I'm not
They
exaggerating.
are fucking good.
State Street's got a really good show on Friday night too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Republican Sex Blanket, Mr. Clinton's Pink Cigarettes.
Mr. Clit's so good.
Oh, I love
So
him.
fucking
good.
I used to do show booking, and one of the bands that I would call the most was Mr. Clit. Like there were so
Yeah.
many. There were clubs that like didn't even want them to play. I was like, no, they're playing the show. I want them
Yeah.
on this bill. They're playing the show. I've spent years loving them very, very much.
Yes.
And then there's this new band. Bombcats is also playing, but then there's this new band I'm in love with. I'm not shy about it. That's Remote Controls and Alex and those dudes are insane. If
Yeah,
you guys aren't doing anything Friday, come see the Remote Controls.
I
at
do.
State Street
I
Pub.
do want to take a moment. I knew this was going to come up, and I want to apologize to Alyssa, Davey, just the whole band. You know, I made a reel this morning, and I forgot to say Mr. Clayton the Pink Cigarette.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
And when I watched it and
we'll
did
just
the
keep saying Mr. Clinton the Pink Cigarettes for the rest of the show. We'll make up for it.
Mhm.
Dave.
yeah, so
Aisha,
sorry to the
Abby,
three of you for forgetting to say your name.
Mr. Clinton.
Yeah, I was like, son of a bitch. I didn't realize it until you made the post talking about that show. I was like, oh fuck, I totally forgot to say it.
I'm sorry, but those three individuals are the sweetest
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're so
people
kind.
in the world. They would take a bottle of cherry Coke to play a show. They are just the sweetest, most loving
Yeah.
musicians I've ever met. And Davey, Aisha, and Abby, they're all very, very sweet people.
Oh
Yeah.
To not to show my age, but when I first started
Room
playing shows-
21.
Yeah, they were room 21.
Age.
Getting old.
Katie's like, what?
Yeah, room 20.
Dude, no way.
And
No way. You would have been 14.
Abby's new band is really dope too.
I wasn't even in Indiana when I was 14.
Well, that's the thing about Mr. Clit and Room 21. They used to tour until COVID.
They toured China one time, didn't they?
They did with
Yeah.
Round Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
telling-
I heard about that.
I was telling Danny about that. They went to China and legit did a whole tour with Round Eye, and had to get permission from like the government permission to do it. And I was like, this amazing, Mr. Clit the Big. I think that they have to change their name. I can't remember if they didn't change their name to just the Big Cigarettes though.
Fuck you, William Sybil. I love you.
They
but
did.
fuck
I
did have
think
to
they
change their
did.
name.
I think
I
they
remember
did
that.
because I mean, the laws. I mean, obviously in China are different, so they had to simplify it. But just to go
One of
and
the-
play in China is
One of the
insane.
rare band
Right.
names that's so fucking racist, but accepted equally.
What is that?
Round Eye.
Or yeah, that's what their name. That's who they played with.
Wait, is
I
Round Eye
just
from? Are they Chinese or?
That's who they toured with in China.
Not everybody. No, not everybody in the band is Chinese, but
That was their name. I'm
the
not,
meaning-
I'm not
the
making
meaning
that up.
is like it's totally a racist slur.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
That was the name of but I swear that was the name of the band. I swear that was.
Okay, Round Eye.
That was totally the name of
my
the band
God.
they toured with in
Yeah,
China. 100%.
Jesus.
Go look it up.
Jeez.
but they're a good band. Yeah, I don't know. It's tongue in cheek. It's tongue in cheek.
Oh my God. I remember that reminds me now. I did see a band tour from Japan not recently, but like 5 years ago at some house. They were called Your Pest Band. They were from Japan.
Your Pest Band.
Yes.
Huh.
The terrible name, but they were pretty all right. Yeah, I bought their CD and I haven't listened to it. Maybe like once or twice, but I don't know. I just felt in awe of seeing another band from another. That was like the first time I've ever seen like a band from out of the country. Like,
We can do that. What's the weirdest band name you've ever heard?
Dude,
Weirdest band name.
it's not the weirdest
two of
one,
them that are
but I
great.
think that didn't carry well throughout time, and it wasn't until like the pandemic somebody pointed it out and it never hit me. But Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
There was a band here regionally at one point, and I booked them with Phoenix on the Fall Line once at the Mill, and their legit name, I shit you not, was Coke Dick Motorcycle Awesome. I shit you not, that was their band name, was Coke Dick Motorcycle Awesome.
That's like somebody
was it.
putting a Google Translate and it flips
Yeah.
it back or something.
It was
God.
one of the most unique names, and then I always loved the name Cocaine Wolves.
That
was-
oh, dude,
yeah,
fuck
that
yeah,
was a
man.
great-
I
that
love
was
the
a great
cocaine.
oh my
band.
God, that reminds me.
Every night is ladies' night
Night.
with the Cocaine Wolves.
Oh,
Oh my God, that reminds me. There was
lost
this
my
band.
mind watching that band.
There was this band from Chicago, right? And they played in Indianapolis like around 2015. They were like a 2-piece punk band, bass and drum, and the guy had a drums, like a normal like snare, kick drum, like a ride, and then the bass drum was on the floor and nothing else. And the band was called Let the Animals Kill Us All. and they sounded fucking phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
For
I thought-
two-piece.
I
They
thought
were
she
like,
was gonna go Dolly. What was that that played with Mr. Clit a lot? Was it Dolly Rocker Ragdoll?
I wasn't around
two-piece?
then. No.
The two. It was about 2013, 14 that they toured together.
Mm, I didn't have a car yet at that point.
There was another regional jam band because I was in the jam band scene for a little while. They were called Cosby Sweater. And
No, I've
they-
seen Cosby Sweater. They were a
fuck
great
hard.
band.
They changed their name to Sweater Disco and then broke up like shortly thereafter. But they were fucking sick. It was a three-piece drummer, saxophonist, and like samples, and they would do these crazy like electronic improv sets and stuff like that. Really fucking good. They did a cover of Cocaine Blues. That's just insane.
If we're going off the wall bands, we gotta mention Oakley Dokley.
Oakley.
Oakley
Oh,
Dokley.
yeah.
Flanders band. I don't know why Rich or somebody has not. I mean, they played the Hi-Fi, didn't they? I
They
think they
did.
played recently.
idea.
Played the Hi-Fi.
They did. Yes.
Yeah,
Would that be considered a little too big for the Melody Inn then?
It probably would.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean they got
Maybe.
Coffin Cats is probably Oakley Dokley size, and they're playing Saturday. So I mean, I would love to see Oakley Dokley at the.
I mean,
I
the
don't
Mel
know.
had one of the Ramones like
He could-
last year, right?
Rich could
Yeah.
do a
Richie?
Simpsons night.
Oh.
Rich could totally do a Simpsons night, and Oakley Dokley headlines.
Yeah, he's a huge Simpsons fan.
That's
For
what I
sure.
was-
Kinda surprised
that's what I'm
he
talking
hasn't.
about. Do a
Tacos.
Simpsons night. That and green Jello. I want to get green Jello in the
Oh,
mouth
that's
too.
really sad.
Speaking of Rich, he made this really dope ass video. So one of our sponsors of Chopped Liver is Punk Rock Night.
Oh, they got the Coffin Cat
Yeah.
Saturday. We will be there.
That's right.
Ooh.
It's Saturday. But here is a commercial from Punk Rock Night.
Looking for something to do Saturday night? Do you like punk rock? Well, look no further. Every Saturday night is Punk Rock Night at the Melody Inn. The best local, regional, and touring acts hit the stage every Saturday for an amazing time. Check punkrocknight.com for details or follow us on all the social medias to get weekly updates on what's going on. Doors are 8 p.m. Shows start at 9 p.m. It's a bar, folks, so you have to be at least 21 to join in on the fun. And hey, there's free parking. Plus, every Thursday we present the Peer In Live Feed Show where we talk about last week's show, preview this week's show, and announce all the big things we have coming up. Punk Rock Night, a proud sponsor of Chopped Liver.
We're back.
Hey!
There you go.
Ew.
There's
What
our
did we do during the commercial?
cocaine.
No, we did not.
So much
It would have
cocaine.
had to been really fast.
No.
That's the that's
Cocaine
why they
is
call it cocaine.
bad.
It's all about speed, baby.
Cocaine is bad.
Hot, badass American
Uh,
speed.
What? Unique band names. Belushi. Is it Belushi Speedball?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
they're
yep,
from
yep.
Louisville.
And Mr. Clinton, the fan will bring them back up. They play with them all the time. I think they're
7
doing a
times tonight
tour
they've been
recently soon with
What'd you
Belushi
say?
Speedball or something.
There's this band out of Hemet, California. That's where they were from. They're called FESD, and it stands for Fuck, Eat, Skate, Destroy. And I just think
Oh,
that's
that's
perfect.
wonderful.
That
Oh,
is-
hey,
I like
Leverage Films. Yeah,
I'd
send
like
it.
to see them play.
Where should people, if they got footage of us, where should they send it to you or
You can send it to the band's Instagram page at Sonora Band Indie, INDY, or you can send it to our email address, sonorabandindie@gmail.com.
Yeah. If you got it, send it, please, God.
Yeah.
Send it. Full
We
send.
need all. We
Full
like
send.
collecting physical evidence that we exist.
You
Or Andrew loves to. He
I-
collects everything,
I-
all the set
I-
lists and
I-
everything.
Every time we get tagged in a video on someone's Instagram stories, I repost it and it saves it to my Dropbox.
Yeah,
so we
he's
can
also
record of
got
it.
all our set lists saved, and like he records everything. He's like,
yeah.
he's
I-
like our secretary.
Yeah.
Almost.
I handle all the finances for the band, handle most of the social media.
He's the
yeah.
accountant.
Tara does all the show booking, though.
and-
That's the real
yeah.
fucking hard part, though.
Yeah, no, that's the hard shit. Real
Mhm.
talk.
Mhm.
We've been trying to book shows. We've been trying to do this thing where we go out of town like every 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
I think during like right when Joe joined, we were playing out of town like every couple months. It felt like
Maybe, yeah.
yeah.
And if so, it was only to like maybe Louisville or something like that, or no, hell, even maybe just Bloomington or
So you
Muncie.
could drive back
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah, sometimes. And
But also, it was hard to get contacts in some of those places that were a little further away. you know?
yeah, it was a little difficult. We've actually played like out all the way out to oh god, what was it called? Portsmouth, Ohio. We played there a couple times.
Yeah. On the
Uh,
last tour, we went all the way to Winston Salem.
yeah,
which
we
was
played
awesome.
a few shows, and then our Kia Joe's dad.
We borrowed a van from our drummer's girlfriend's father as
Yeah.
a tour van, and we made it about halfway through the tour. We're driving back from Winston-Salem. The gig in Portsmouth, Ohio had gotten canceled due to issues, and then our show the day before that had gotten canceled as well due to various issues.
Well, it was the show. I think it was the show in Chicago that got canceled because the two people that were booking and working together on the show at Magoo's bar
Mhm.
had a falling out, and then didn't tell us until right as we got on the road.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah, that was a real big fucking disappointment. But
Yeah.
the Bloomington show was going to happen like on the Thursday, like after. So like,
Oh, that's right.
I think we're going to we planned on driving home, and that was
Right.
pretty much like gonna. And then we had Saturday. So what happened was the head gasket blew, and we didn't know until we pulled into like a gas station.
We're driving
in
back
West
through
Virginia.
we're driving from Winston Salem, about midway through West Virginia, and then we pull over. Notice there's this brown liquid oozing from the engine. We pull that up, and then just
That's always a good sign.
it's like, okay, great. Well, the engine's fucking shot, and we're in. I wish I could remember the town name, but it is
Beckley, West Virginia.
Beckley, West Virginia. It is
Middle of
rural,
nowhere.
middle of nowhere, West Virginia.
That's where that always happens.
Yep. So luckily we did run into a lot of really cool people. Someone saw that we had Indiana plates, and he's like, "Hey, I used to live out there. I'm a fellow Hoosier, so we'll give you a free ride to the mechanics or wherever. You guys got a truck coming." So they did that.
They were sweet people.
Very sweet people. Very
Nice.
sweet people.
There
And
was
then
a little creepy guy that showed up first, and he was kind of
he
like
was hitting on you real hard.
Yeah, it was a little odd. I don't really get ever hit on. Yeah, no.
You got a pretty mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
You
Very
are in
unfortunate.
West Virginia.
yeah, West Virginia. I'm like fucking Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Here I'm just like a fucking goblin. Real talk. No,
We're
I'm
all
kidding.
goblins on this blessed day.
Yeah, on this
You're-
blessed
you-
night, we all look like
You're
fucking
Pamela
goblins.
Anderson here to your deer.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, no.
So then we took it to the shop. They're like, yeah, head gasket's blown, going to be like however much it costs, going to take a week to fix, whatever. We try to rent a car from wherever will take us, but none of us have credit cards.
Oh,
So
no.
we're all
No.
fucked. So Joe's dad drives his SUV from Indianapolis to Beckley, West Virginia. Like it's like a 6 straight hour drive, picks up all of our gear, Joe and Joe's girlfriend, and they drive home. Tara and I book a ticket on Greyhound, which doesn't leave until midnight on that same day. So we just hung out in the hotel for the whole day, right?
Wow.
And then we got a taxi from the hotel to the bus stop, and our driver is kind of giving us some clues, you know, like, hey, here's what you do, here's what you don't do. He's like, yeah, I gotten into fights with the police here like all the time, you know, and he's like a almost 6'6" dude,
yeah.
like 400. He's a big dude, right? And so we're about to pull in, and it's underneath this parking garage, dimly lit, sketchy as fuck. He's like, y'all got any, you know, weapons on you to defend yourselves? We're like, I got a pocket knife. He's like, okay, you take this pen, keep it in between your fingers like this. If you get any meth heads or crackheads coming up, because they like to frequent this spot, you stab them and then fucking run away. Don't kick them in the balls because they can't feel pain. You got to stab them and then run. So we're like, okay, great. And he's like, by the way, you see that camera up there that's pointed at these benches? Don't leave this area, or else if you do get attacked or stolen or stolen from, it's not going to get caught on camera. So like, okay, what the fuck did we just walk into?
Jeez, yeah.
But some more people show up, and they're all super friendly. This one lady, she was like, yeah, I'm trying to make my way back to Boston or something like that, because my kid suffered a seizure, and he's on life support right now. He's like 8 years old. We're like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, it was
It's going the opposite direction from you guys.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just about a 10-hour drive to Columbus, 3-hour stop over there.
Overnight. Like literally, we were trapped. We went on the Greyhound bus, and I was already
Was it
sick
empty?
before. No. Well,
Wow.
the originally from the ride from Beckley to Columbus was, it was pretty all right, but I didn't sleep through that. Then it got to fucking the Greyhound bus, and it was pretty packed. I think I got sick.
Wow.
I was sick. I got sick before tour, and then I recovered. And then I got on that bus. I got sick again. It was so bad, and like I was so fucking miserable on that bus. I didn't sleep.
I didn't sleep either.
And then-
I get real grumpy when I don't get my sleep. I'm amazed I didn't lash out at you at all. to
No,
be
I don't
honest.
think you did.
And it wouldn't have been anything
It's like
personal.
me.
It's just like, hey, I haven't slept in 12 hours and in 24
No, yeah.
hours, and I'm
And,
fucking
like,
exhausted.
There's like people behind you and in front of you, and it's like you're trying to get a comfortable position, and it's like
We're getting old. We need better than just hard seats on a bus to fall asleep.
yeah, and like there's like people that are like in their 20s or like early, whatever, and that can handle this shit.
Just hitchhiking across.
No, it's like we're not used to this,
Right.
We're not like vagabonds or whatever the fuck.
Eventually, we make it back. Joe picks us up, and we take the day to rest up. And then we're like, okay, we got one more show to make. It's in Madison, Wisconsin. What are we gonna do? And it's like, okay, let's end the tour on our terms. So we load it all up in Joe's station wagon. We drive up there, play the show, goes great. Sell some merch and everything. And
Yeah.
we get to stay the night there with some friends, and they were super hospitable and everything.
Yeah.
Drive back, call it a. We ended on a positive note.
We landed
That's
we landed the trick.
Yes, we did.
Basically, we stick the landing. Everything went
You missed the
fine.
first
What's
four
the
stops,
furthest
but
you've played
stuck the
away,
landing.
Shep? It's the furthest you've gone.
Do you mean like
Furthest your
physically
band's,
or
your
like
band's played.
while I'm on stage and I'm like not even
But it's a two-parter, one and then the other.
because I have
Distance
traveled
away
the
from-
universe on stage.
Distance
I
away
assure
from
you.
Indianapolis.
And then came back and was like, "What part? Okay, have you guys ever done that? Like you're just like out, check out
I mean, I
in the
have
middle
like,
of a song and you're
Yeah.
not even paying attention. You're just
It
like."
happens for a quick second, and then I realize
You're
I'm
thinking about
completely
that
off time.
sausage burrito you got from the gas station
Oh,
6 days
no, I
before.
actually, honestly, I have physical, like I have like muscle memory enough to the point where like I practice so much, like I could literally like sing and play guitar and just kind of like turn my mind off.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I don't know.
By
how
the
you
way,
do
you'll
that.
know if
don't
I
know.
tuned out and tuned back in because I'll be like, yeah. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's me all the time. That ADHD is just like something else.
Dissociation.
Just
It's
yeah.
terrible.
Farthest I've ever played. It's not what you expect.
I'm gonna say somewhere in Ohio.
South Dakota.
Canada.
I really wish somebody I was in bands with was here.
So you can
Because I could just
so they can
answer it
remember for you.
immediately. Yeah. God, I don't know.
I remember where
6 hours. I know once we drove 6 hours. I don't know where it was. I've played in Michigan, Illinois, Kentucky, Ohio.
It was a fun night. What was that town where Shannon lives? Up north of, it's in Indiana.
Gas City.
Was it a Gas City show?
No, but the
Was it-
place was called it sounded like Kalamazoo.
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti.
We're gonna play there April 1st, by the way.
Are you talking about where Shannon lives?
No.
Oh, where are you talking about further?
Oh, it's like a New Orleans bar name, but it was in Indiana.
Like Evansville.
That's the show you're talking about. I actually
the
talked
Fiverr
about
and Peter Griffin and like the chicken they made is chicken
and
parmesan.
you poured 2 extra beers in my beer bong, and I ended up crying after my set because I played so badly, and that was the last time I got drunk or high before I played.
I just remember them
He
asking us,
fucked
I
me
feel that.
so
What-
hard
yeah.
that night.
I just remember them asking us, what do you guys want us to make for
Fucker.
dinner? And I just said chicken parmesan, and we showed up and there was chicken parmesan. I was like, what the
Wow.
Fuck
Yeah, you got me good. Not to mention, like, we smoked like 5 billion blunts, and then he fucking like I did a beer bong. It's video too. On the video, you clearly see William doing this while Dennis is pouring the other beers into the beer bong.
He took them all down.
Oh fuck yeah! You don't. It's not like
But
I
he didn't
even knew.
He didn't feel
I
good
think
the rest
probably
of the
by
night.
like what would be considered the 5th beer, I was like, something's going on here.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't puke. I'm all pro over
The
here.
only evidence I have of that at night is grainy pictures of Peter Griffin in awkward positions
Dude, that video still exists somewhere.
somewhere.
It's on Facebook. It's in the metaverse somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Do
Actually.
you remember? Did you go with us the next morning to what's his name from the Elixirs for? He made biscuits and gravy the next
No,
morning.
no. I think
Yeah,
we
he
drove back.
Uncle Wit from the Elixirs. Yeah,
Uncle Wit.
him and his wife made me, my wife, and like there was a band with us. I can't remember. Model Stranger didn't play that show.
No,
did
it
they?
was Mr. Clit, Fibber, and fucking the Elixirs. Which I'm glad you remembered the Elixir. I couldn't remember last week.
Dude, they're an awesome band. Yeah, he plays stand-up
Andrew
bass.
Scott Witten, right?
Yeah, Andrew
Yeah.
Uncle Wit. Uncle Wit. Yeah.
I can remember his whole name, but I couldn't remember the Elixirs. That's not a story about my fucking brain.
Right.
Nothing is.
That's the old lazy boy sticks and stone
I could
days.
literally say 15 lines from a movie, name every actor, how long the movie is, what it's rated, and what year it came out, but I will not remember the name of it. I'm like that guy.
I feel that.
Oh, Groundhog Day. That's it. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guy with
By the
thing.
way, one of my little insight to my brain and humor. I for a long time my alarm every morning was Sonny and Cher. I've got you, babe, because every day I would just do the same fucking thing. I stopped using it after Domino's because
Pinball.
every day it was the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Classic
Same
pinball.
day over and over again. Just drive from store to store
Mhm.
from fucking 8 o'clock in the morning until fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week, every day of the fucking month. That was my life. So every morning that fucking song would come on. And that's the song that every morning when Bill Murray wakes up in Groundhog Day,
Mhm, mhm.
that's the song that plays.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That was
Why would you
bad.
torture yourself like that?
Because as soon as I'd wake up every morning, I'd be like,
I saw a recent
like a little Peter,
saw a recent
a
Groundhog
little
meme
Peter laugh.
that said
Peter
they
Gri-
should
whatever.
re-release
Peter,
Groundhog Day.
What's his name?
Griffin.
Griffin,
Griffin,
thank you.
yeah.
They should re-release Groundhog Day and just play the exact same movie. Just
Yeah.
Bill is
good.
Groundhog Day too,
Yeah.
but it's the exact same fucking
But
movie.
it's just the same movie.
That's
There's-
smart.
There's
Yeah.
like Easter eggs in it.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a Tom Cruise movie that came out in like 2014, and it's about this like top high ranked military guy. This is in the future that has to go in on field. They force him on field to fight like these aliens, and one of them dies on top of him, and the blood gets into his system before he passes, and then basically it causes him to relive that day over and over again. And it's just like Groundhog's Day, but it's like sci-fi.
Oh, I have.
You talk about 51st Dates.
Oh, yes, I think that's it. I think I had Adam Sandler confused with Tom Cruise. There's one's just a foot taller than the other. But actually, I watched some of it yesterday. That's how I watch movies now. I watch bits and pieces, all like 40 minutes, and then next day I watch 30 minutes. Yeah, that's my life right there. Because I just don't have time. Yeah. I just
sleepy time.
No, I have to sleepy. No sleepy, angry chef.
Oh,
Katie got a little taste of Grumpy Chef today.
I was like,
yeah, I fell asleep before the show, and so basically, like
Katie
I wake
woke him
up. Well, she tried, but no. But either way, like
I'm just glad I wasn't first.
She was like, I tried to call you. I was like, did you think of knocking?
I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
And then as soon as I said it, I was like, oh no, Grumpy Shout. Because normally there's not that. Yeah, waking up is not particularly my best attribute.
So I did call
happy.
And I did text you. I did 2 different alerts.
No, yeah.
Danny woke me up in the worst way possible the other day.
I was waiting there for like 15 minutes.
That's not bad though. I mean, that's not bad. 15 minutes. I've done worse.
Danny woke me up.
I've done much worse.
Danny woke me up in the worst way possible the other day with the ice cold, like the coldest hands that have ever existed in time.
Oh no!
Touching bare skin, like immediately awake. Like it was the most abrupt awakeness I've ever experienced.
Did you do one of
life. I did. Did I scream? I think I screamed. I screamed a little bit, didn't I?
Why would you do that?
Yes, that's exactly. I said, why would you do that? Like, it felt like she had stuck her hand in the freezer for about 20 minutes and then was like, I'm gonna go touch his side. And then like I have never woken up so fast in my life.
Do you guys notice me like sinking in the couch? I'm like dying.
Yeah. You're in the crack of the couch.
Man.
The cushions are absorbing you.
That's why I didn't want to sit over there where they are.
One with the ship.
I would never get out of that.
You want to hear something really interesting? I have unnaturally hot hands.
What?
My hands are always warm. They are. They're always like
I'm
hot.
gonna need you to teach Danny some of them tricks, please.
I have like really good whatever. I have the opposite.
Circulation.
I have really good circulation. Yeah, I run hot as hell. Yeah.
So honestly, same. Like my legs get hot before anything else. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. Super interesting.
Yeah.
I'm always cold.
I'm always warm. I'd almost prefer winter if I didn't have to like deal with. It's not the snow. It's having to listen to everybody fucking complain about it.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like you live here.
That's
deal with.
That's 50% of the snow. When it snows, that's 50% of the snow. The other 50% of the thing about snow is when the eggs, milk, and bread disappear. Every time.
Yep.
They're gone.
It hasn't snowed very much at all this winter. I wouldn't.
The global warming's not real.
Honestly,
It was
yeah.
like 6 times maybe.
Today we're supposed to, in real life.
It's like 60 degrees. But it was 62 degrees.
I'm wearing a dress.
Pre-Mandela effect.
It was
today. We're supposed to have like a foot of snow, and it's supposed to be like -3, and it's
62.
Think about it. Super Bowl in Indy. Think about Super Bowl in Indy historically. Super Bowl. Yeah.
Snow.
Yep.
When the Super Bowl was here, it was snowy.
Yeah. Yep. And today, 64 degrees.
I guess, yeah.
It's not a good sign, y'all.
Yeah.
I was checking base stations today, so I was not mad about it.
Do you remember that one year where it was like 70 degrees in January or
Yeah.
There was like, I think in 2010 or 11, where like it had been snowing. It was snowing like a week or two ago, and then all of a sudden it just spiked up to 70 degrees from like, it went from like 15 to 70 within like the span of a day.
Yes, I remember this.
And it was like, all of a sudden the snow melted. All the snow that was on the ground was fucking gone by the end of the day. And then it went back to like 50 or 40, whatever. But it was so, I mean, it's been happening, I feel like, for the last 10, 15 years, honestly.
I've started taking pictures every time it snows outside so I can document, like, yeah, this is what it used to look like, you know?
We're here for it though. What?
Yeah.
It's almost like
Live
the
it up.
world is like ending or something.
Or it's warming up, you know.
It's already ended.
Or there's
I mean-
something causing it to warm up. I mean, what's
I
going
don't know what
on?
it is.
It's the gays.
Sorry. I am not available for comment. I cannot confirm nor deny the allegations.
Heating up the planet.
Yep.
I cannot confirm or
Too
deny
much-
the
too much
allegations. at
Too
this
much
time,
hotness.
please. Thank you.
It's really interesting to listen to these scientists that talk about like our, you know, the whole idea that what do they call it? I hate to even say it on the show, but basically the earth is heating up and the ice caps are melting.
Say the word.
Global warming.
Say it.
And it's
Wow.
and they're like, ooh, you might be wrong. Scientists, you know, and then some scientists are like, you might be right. And it's like,
Well, the
I don't
models
know.
are changing so frequently now that like it's hard to even keep up with that.
it's hard to
Even
track.
the
Yeah.
terminology global warming isn't really correct that much anymore because it really is just more of a systemic, like climate change is really much more accurate for it. Even though like, yeah, we're seeing, you know, 2 degrees Celsius rise, like, but it's pretty much locked in, guaranteed. Like even if we cut emissions right now, we're still going to be, the global temperatures are still going to be increasing for like several decades.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love hearing like people what's that guy's name that shoots things into outer space?
Elon Musk, elongated
Thanks, I
muskrat.
didn't want to say his name.
yes.
So he is so scared to fucking death because humankind is becoming what do you call it? We are dissipating. We are disappearing.
Gay.
We just I'm not. We just crossed. What was it? The day before the Super Bowl or something. We just crossed 8 billion people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We just crossed 8 billion people
Uh-huh.
on the globe.
And
There's estimates that the
and-
Earth can support about 11 to 12 billion, and that's when it's approximately gonna, you know, topple out.
I mean, we should have already toppled out anyways,
Yeah.
not by our
It's
means,
when
but
we start stacking trailers like in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That's when we're gonna. That's when we're gonna.
I mean,
tilt
aren't they
over.
building underground apartments in Chicago already?
Are they
well,
really?
well, you still have to have window access. Like
That'd
you
be kinda
still, there
fucking-
still has to be in your.
I mean, you could put a window in.
It has
It's
to
just
have
dirt on the other
Like,
side of it,
I
right?
still believe
like-
that
What a view!
you still
It's
have
like
to
the
have
vaults and
windows
Fallout.
for exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Oh,
remember
the-
seeing a project that was
The
similar to that.
vaults,
They were
yeah,
gonna
the
build like
missile silos where they turn those into
similar,
houses.
but it was like a project to like build like a crater type apartment where like it goes down like you see in like a mine shaft, and then it's like a circular city where it goes continually down and down and down, so you can still get natural light coming in to all the lower levels.
And the
I
children
don't
can
remember
work in the
exactly
mines.
where that's going to be. I think it's either
They
gonna
love
be
it. They
They
Hong
love
crave
it.
the
Kong,
grind.
Australia, New York. I don't
And then there's
remember.
also
Yeah.
then there's also the Thin City plan where it's a giant.
Oh, you ever
line.
heard
Oh.
that city plan where it's just like literally just a giant line
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
desert
through
or
the
some shit?
desert, through the
Yeah.
desert. Yep.
Oh yeah. What
I
movie
I don't know.
was
You
that?
could just
What the
like,
hell did I see that in?
Dubai. It was
It's
all
in
over the internet
Dubai,
for like
yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
it,
And then
it was
disappeared.
Yeah.
yeah, it's floating somewhere in space.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Some-
Sam Miller. Yeah, Earth houses are really, really efficient, and we should really keep doing more. of
Okay,
those.
so
Mhm.
now we're talking blast from the past. We're talking like underground living, like
yeah.
Christopher Walken did, right?
Christopher
Underneath.
Walken lives underground.
Yeah,
What?
Blast from the past. Brendan Fraser. Oh my god, am I that old?
I'm sorry.
I've seen it once.
Once.
I would
his
believe-
parents
Wasn't
li-
Reese
his
Reese
parents
Witherspoon
lived
in there too?
Not Reese. Was it Reese or was it Chris? It might have been Reese Witherspoon.
Who knows?
Oh no, was it Drew? It might have
I
been
find it
Drew.
fascinating that we have a video that stretches an hour and fast forward of the sun just 10 years straight, constant. That was released in the last
In the
month.
future.
Do we really?
No, right now, yeah. One of the they put a satellite out there just to record like the sun and then what it does, and they basically fast forward it fast enough to fit it into 1 hour video. It's on YouTube, and then they
Holy shit.
just for the first time were able to capture data, whatever, data of two black holes combining into one.
Oh shit.
That's hot. I love it.
Yeah, we have all this
So
awesome stuff happening, right? And yet, if an asteroid is going to hit this planet, we'll have less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
Depending where
Like
it
we
hits.
will
is how
have no
cosmically-
idea.
We are so cosmically
But
small.
for real though, like we could see so far away now, but we have no clue. Any given moment, just guess what, y'all? We're
Bye.
fucked.
Bye.
Yeah.
It
Credits
could
roll.
be
We're gonna-
happening
we're gonna-
right now.
We're gonna need the people that matter to go ahead and get on these ships, and we're gonna send you up to space.
Yep.
And then the rest of us, we're just gonna be fucking for about 47 and a half hours.
I guess I'll go fuck myself.
So you think the secret government X shit is out into space? You don't think it's like was it 2012 where they have like giant arcs that they the oceans?
You know,
you think they're escaping through space?
you know
Yes,
the most unexplainable thing we found in space so far?
Yeah.
It's a satellite. It's the moon.
Yeah.
They can't quite
Explain how it got there.
explain it.
You think
It's
it's,
really
aliens?
I don't know.
Aliens.
Maybe not.
Do you think that's where everybody's escaping to? Go
No.
back, go to the moon.
But I will say this: like, if I ever get a chance to go there, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make sure I take some crackers because I love cheese on my crackers.
Oh my god.
On the moon.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the most weirdest. I mean, how uncanny is it that like literally when the moon crosses past with the sun, they're the exact same size because the distance of the moon from Earth and the distance from the sun and from the Earth and all that shit just happens to be perfection.
Because aliens put it there.
I mean, it is only going to last for a few more million years.
Yeah.
Aliens are
Yeah.
growing us.
Did y'all get to
Aliens
see
are growing
the
us.
total eclipse in 2017?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
in
I still
Lyman,
have a
Colorado.
spot in this eye from
Yeah.
it.
Didn't our,
I'm just kidding.
didn't our president look directly?
He sure did.
Yeah, he
sure
just like
did.
pointed at it and looked at it like he was a fucking dumbass. Like he deserved to lose his fucking eyesight. Fucking idiot.
I wore 9 pairs of sunglasses to look at it, and I was in Lyman, Colorado.
That's hot. I love it.
We were in like a McDonald's like parking lot. I just like got as many sunglasses as I could, and I did my best.
Well, you got a couple more years to get a new pair. 2025, I think, is when it crosses Indianapolis.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not going to come back for another like couple decades. So
What
So
year?
hot.
When is that coming?
2025, I believe.
Oh, I'll still be alive.
We're going to be like right in the past.
So I didn't think about it. It's like 2 years. Yeah, I'm
I,
good.
I know.
years,
I
yeah.
know the
2
day.
years, I'll be-
I know
Yeah,
the
I know,
day that
I'll
I'm
be
gonna
old
die.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, June. It's hold on, let me do my math real quick before I land this horrible joke. It's gonna be June 19th, 2062.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry,
62.
2052.
2052. How old does that make you?
I will be exactly 69 years old.
I'll be
Nice.
59.
Oh my god.
Nice.
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 That's another weird thing about humans. Like we
I'll say nice
we
at 69.
purposely like die on important days.
Yeah.
Like if you, how many
Unfortunately.
relatives or friends do you know that have passed naturally per se on a birthday or a holiday
I'm living.
or just in general?
I'm living like I am living like I might not make it to 50. So that's what I'm rolling
Yeah.
with. 50 is my number.
I'm trying to
50s.
live past 35 because they say trans people don't live past that long because we're just like the most picked on.
Right.
So I'm just trying to live past that, and after that, I don't know.
I mean, you got a whole community behind you, so
Oh,
You let me
absolutely, I
know.
know that.
You let me know the next person that picks on you. I will personally whip their
No,
ass.
that's why I don't try to like go somewhere. I don't know people. I try to keep myself safe. That's the problem. It's just like if I go somewhere I don't know anybody, I won't really go there. I also usually like to go with friends, usually, or if I know somebody is going there, I'm probably gonna stick with them.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's not something I worry about because I'm usually cool with everybody and I just lay back. But I don't know. With some of the murders that happened in the last few months, I'm
Yeah.
like starting to like kind of consider. I got pepper spray recently, so I mean, there's that. I just
Mhm.
you never know. We're kind of living in a very polarized world as the years go by. There's always different bullshit happening, and politically, it's kind of scary.
Things are changing, and people are very afraid of change.
Yeah, and people fear what they don't know, and that is
Mhm.
change.
I want to note that old people, our generations or generations that are older than us, I'll say this, like the kids right now that are in high school and graduating, they're not going to be like us. They're not going to treat people that way.
Nope.
Like bullying is dying, and
Dude, I
people are
literally saw-
accepting people for who they are now.
Yeah.
I think that like people like, well, in my age group or older are basically like you said, like they're scared to change. They're, whatever. But I think that the future is going to be much better because like I could see it. Like I could totally see it in the younger people that I meet or
Mhm.
in like the kids and like my nieces and nephews. Like it's going away. Like that like total mentality is just dissipating. So, but that's because of our generation fighting against that type of behavior.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is why that is happening now. So it does matter when we speak up. It does matter when we stand up for each other
Mhm.
because it affects the younger generation.
We're also parenting different.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like when I was, you already know, like I got my ass whipped.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I don't have to do that with my kids. Like I literally just set them down and I talk to them.
Yeah.
I don't get loud and
100%.
ferocious. And like my son, he's 4. He's pretty level headed for a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro,
Well, because
dude,
So
like
when-
that's how I talk to him. Like, bro, like listen to me. And he's like, and the thing is like, he'll get upset because he knows I'm upset.
Yep.
But he'll calm down,
Mhm.
You don't have to, I'm not, hey, if you hit your kids, that's on you, man. Whatever you do behind your door, that's on fucking you. You shouldn't be doing it. I don't believe in harming other people in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
But at the same time, we also, I don't believe in it.
Right.
But it works for me. And,
When,
I hope that works.
Mine are teenagers now, and what me and the ex-wife did is, for years it was good cop, bad cop. I was always bad cop. I was always dad that was working and everything, and then they became teenagers, and me and her separated. I completely changed how I was doing the dad thing. I don't yell. I don't do any. I don't get angry. I don't do anything. I just sit there, like you said, sit them down, talk to them like rational human beings, because that's what they are.
Exactly.
They're teenagers.
Well,
Ollie's been non-binary. They non-binary all their life, but came out at 13 years old, and I was so proud of them, and I wanted them to be themselves, even after changing their names 4 times. But I love Ollie. I love where they're at right now. I love the Oliver. It's pretty great because Oliver the Great. She loves. They love musicals and everything, so they chose Oliver Twist as their name,
That's nice.
and I've supported them and. I've just let them be themselves. The kids are smart. They're going to figure it out on their own,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I got 2 great ones and they're easy. So
I think where we're gone, it's going to be like a way different fucking world.
Oh yeah. for
I
sure.
can't wait to
Yeah.
see where things are when we're like 60, 70 years old.
Oh my God.
And I assure
Trans-
you, most of us are going to be like, oh, these fucking kids from their fucking
I'm
music."
already that guy. My son, my youngest son, all he wants to do is watch YouTube.
Dude, I make
no,
it.
I am like,
Yeah.
I'm like that way too. I only
I'm
watch
like-
YouTube.
Like, what are you doing? I'm still ancient. Oh, I still got cable, y'all.
You know what's really
I still got
crazy?
cable. I still got
It's
cable.
like
They
I
call me
see.
ancient.
Yeah, no, I feel ancient, and like when I watch like YouTubers that are like I really used to watch ContraPoints, and she's like a few years older than me, and I feel like okay, I got time to like if the music thing doesn't work out or whatever, like I could do something different. But like they're like creators that are like younger than me. And like I recently watched this recent creator. She's also trans and she's really fucking smart and just really fucking quick. And like she's 19, and it makes me fucking sad because I'm like, what am I doing the last 10 years?
YouTube has passed us by.
No,
Yeah.
it's like there's like a whole generation that's just like fucking quick on it. You know what I mean?
So, oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. My conversation was for the last one. I was accidentally interrupting when I'm not trying to. I was trying to
That's
wait to the
okay.
end. I just wanted to say real fast before we continue. I just want to say a lot of people like my family, they'll like berate me for the way I try to parent my kids. But like when my kids tell me that I'm the only person that they trust,
Yep.
I feel like that's all worth it.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I can't
Sorry.
imagine. Yeah.
It's a lot of.
Being able to trust your parents like that.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
that young too, you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like. It's
That's okay.
totally
You're good.
derived it.
You're
I'm
good.
sorry.
Who all has children in this room? You got kids?
I don't.
Kids?
Nope.
No
Nope.
kids? No
Nope.
kids.
Parenting is tricky. You know, that's why I try not to be super judgmental about how other parents do things, because everybody's different and there's, you know, but for me personally, like growing up in a house where my biological father was physically abusive, you know, I don't want to go there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that some parents feel like they need to. I understand that you know, it's necessary, but at the same time, it's not for me. But you know, kids are just, you know, you just don't know what you're getting. Every kid's different.
Right.
You know, I have two boys. One of them is you know, he's a runner, or what, like I say, like he's
a
moving
runner, he's a track
around.
star.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
one of
that's what I
them,
was gonna say.
you know, like one of them is like almost the opposite. He's kind of like chill, and like he tries to fuck with people all the time, you know. Like one of his things is like for example, like the pizza. He'll be like, huh? And I'm like, oh yeah, and I'll go to grab it, and he'll be like,
Oh my God.
he likes making people laugh. He's like Dad. He likes making people
Yeah.
laugh. So
Dad's real good at making people laugh too.
Yeah.
mhm. Dad jokes for days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly think we're on the right path. Like Jeanette pointed out, like there's some horrible things going on in the state. We just so happen to live in one of the worst states in the country. So at least when it comes to equal rights and social rights. So I'm not necessarily the city we live in, but the state itself is very it's a red state. So
Yeah.
Yep.
eventually I want to believe that we'll change and we'll get better. But if we've learned anything from alcohol law,
It'll
it's
take
gonna-
another 50 years.
Yeah.
Way past when we're supposed to be, you know, on
We
the.
can just now buy it
progressive
on
side.
Sundays, right?
You could pretty much drive for 200 miles until the next place that you can't smoke marijuana on the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking wild.
Are we officially surrounded by?
We
all-
are officially surrounded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is not a state.
Kentucky and Ohio are medical, right? Kentucky and Ohio are medical, and then Michigan
Yes.
and Illinois are recreational.
I thought Ohio was a recreational. They didn't
No.
get it
It's
done.
still medical.
No.
Still medical.
Oh.
Just
Fucking
medical.
red
Still
state.
Progress.
Still medical, but it's still, yes, we are surrounded. It'll happen. It'll happen at a point when Indiana figures out, okay, it's cheap in Michigan, it's expensive in Illinois. Where can we make the most money? Once
Right.
we and Eli Lilly gets out of the pockets of our state
Amen.
legislator
Roast
because
diagnostics.
the only reason why marijuana is not legal in Indiana is because of Eli Lilly.
Hey, but they
100%. Sorry.
petroleum though, baby.
Sorry to go all Bill
'Cause
11.
everybody-
Sorry to go all Bill 11 there for a second, but yeah, Eli Lilly is,
Everybody's driving to Illinois to get their weed, man. So big
No, you
oil's
don't wanna-
winning.
to be honest, you really don't want to go to Illinois. The taxes for out of state people buying licenses,
That's just
it costs way
crazy.
too much. Michigan
Is the way to go.
Michigan's the way to
So
go.
tissue a fake ID, baby.
Michigan-
$20.
Michigan's
Oh my
Michigan's the way to
Could
way
you
to
imagine?
go, but Michigan's the way to go. But the gas money to get to Michigan, you might as well just stick with your black market hometown heroes.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
there's no point to drive, 2.5 hours to get the same shit you can get from your neighborhood homie.
Plus, all the cops are looking
Right.
for you along the
mean-
highway. You know,
Yeah.
they'll pull you. You got one sticker that they think probable cause, and they'll pull you right over, and then boom. you're
Well,
done.
that's why
What
even-
they need to do is make a fake Amazon account and just sell like posters but it's actually we.
Even
Wow.
so,
Smart.
so I have friends. I have friends.
I need it delivered between 4 and 8 a.m., please. preferably before 4:20.
I have friends in Chicago that have lived there for years, even since they recreationalized. Still haven't walked into a store and bought it. They still go to their neighborhood homies.
I
They
have
still,
never either.
They don't.
Yeah,
They
I don't blame 'em.
don't go to that. They don't go to the store. They don't scan their cards, or they don't do any of that. They still go to their buddies. They still get it off them because it's still cheaper and it's still the same shit. It's just as good. There's no reason. That's why when you in Indiana, when they do legalize it, there's still going to be. You're still going to have your neighborhood homies still selling out there. It's
Yep.
going to be cheaper and it's going to be just the same shit.
And the
So
weed
I
dispensaries would
just
actually go out of
moved
business.
I just moved from a legal state, right? And I was a little, dispensary princess here for like a good 3 years.
Right?
And I used to get little ace spray for like $15. Like it was
Out in
fucking-
California,
No, Colorado.
Colorado. Okay, yeah,
It
cheap
was
state.
fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. That just
Ooh.
having that was just be able to do that, especially like not knowing anybody out there, not knowing like any of the people. I was pretty closed off. It was really nice to have.
You know
For
where
sure.
you know where I want to move? Wherever it's hot and there's a fucking beach. That's where I want to live.
That's
Very
Florida.
valid.
And I'm gonna get an apartment on the beach. It's literally just gonna be a plot of sand. And that's where I'm gonna live.
A hole
That's
in the
good.
beach.
Wake up every day and just sizzle in the sun. Be like, yes.
Turn
I-
into like a tomato.
I love
basically.
I'm outside. I hate being inside. I hate it.
I think it's the Pacific Northwest for me. That's where I'd like to be.
Is that Canada?
I mean, it could be.
I
I mean,
would-
there's very,
I was like, I'm thinking Canada.
like Washington or Oregon,
Oh
Northern
yeah.
California, maybe.
That's
would
where like all the
love-
cool crazy shit goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to
Aliens
live like
and
in
shit. Hell yeah.
Montana or like Colorado, where like there's some mountains and lakes.
So
and, like,
beautiful.
Yeah.
you're just away from society for the most part.
Colorado was really nice, but like the people there were like super bougie.
You can come over here and
Yeah.
sit for a minute.
Oh, really?
Come over
It
here
was
and sit
hard.
for a minute.
Like Fort Collins, especially, it was just especially like there was like pompous and like
Mhm.
it seemed like the people like
My weed
They
has
were-
diamonds in them.
I don't know.
That's actually a real thing.
They all tried to like be like super out and like not out like I don't know how to explain it. They overdid everything and it made them seem fake. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Like they weren't true to themselves. They were just like wearing an image. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there last year for a friend's wedding, and you hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely town, but yeah, the people can be. It's like all the worst parts of the gentrified parts
Yeah.
of Fountain Square and Broad Ripple and downtown Indianapolis all merged into one.
Do you guys remember when flannel wasn't cool in Indy?
No.
I had people. I like literally would hear people talking shit because I was wearing flannel. Like I'd be in line at a bar, and someone's like, "Oh my god, that person's wearing flannel." Yeah, exactly. Guess who never stopped wearing flannel? I don't care. I'm gonna wear
Wow.
whatever I'm comfortable wearing.
Yeah.
I swear that was the thing.
I need to get me some flannel. I need to get
Flannel's dope,
I need some flannel.
and you could fold up the sleeves and shit.
It's super comfy.
Yeah,
Danny, put
it's perfect for hot and
put
cold.
flannel in the Google Notes.
Gotta get that good flannel though.
Hell yeah.
I want a yellow flannel bad.
Any good,
Not
good
even a fan of
relationship-
yellow.
Any good relationship, one person has a sophisticated Google Notes to keep track of everything.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh man.
Like little Google Notes.
Yeah.
I have notes in my iPhone.
That's how we
I do everything.
remember everything is Google Notes, man.
I make notes in my iPhone, and I never look at them. And I forget about them.
I have to look at them all the time because that's where I keep all the music shit.
Danny's our
Mhm.
curator. Danny is our curator of Google Notes and keeping track of what we're all doing.
Yeah, like calendars and phones are dope too. Oh man, like for like if you book bands, like I have kids, right? So I have kids. That means I have my kids on certain days. So what I did is I just went into my phone, into my calendar, and I just picked a Friday, whatever. And now, like whenever somebody shoots me a date, I just like go to my calendar and I click on the day, and it just says kids.
I got
And I'm like, nope.
Nope.
a cute Lazy Hawk story for you. So back when I was doing the Lazy Hawk shows, right? You want to know what I used to like book?
You used
shows?
to book shows?
What up? You want to know what
No
I used?
way.
Though? You want to know what I used though?
Only a quarter of the posters on the wall are your shows.
But I would use one of those big flat desk calendars that like have all the months on them real big. I wouldn't write anything down like digitally. I'll write them like what band was playing on
Old
that.
school.
Yeah. That's what
I did that. I
our
did that for
drummer
10
does.
years.
Yeah.
I had to do that. I did that for 10 years. That's how I kept track of everything. When I'd call and know you, I'd be like,
Yeah, Dave Brown at the Mel. He's got
He's got one of those.
He's got a calendar, but he's like whips that fucker around. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Dude.
It's like it's a book
Dude, you
now,
have
right?
a phone.
It's
bro.
a book. Right? It's a book, right?
And you could like do hashtags now
Some
too.
hey,
That's
some
what I thought.
habits
Search
never die.
hashtag,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I asked
The
him.
what?
Some habits never die.
Yeah, true. It's true.
I asked him about a date, and he pulled out an old ass book. I was like, "Oh my god, you're still doing that?"
It's wicked. Like, I guess Healer is not on this, but almost every promoter I know is on a 4-month like span. Like they book like the Mel. I don't know, whatever. Almost all the promoters I know, if I'm getting hit up about a show, it's 4 months in advance.
4 months.
Like that's where we're at. Like it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because like, and then like,
And then you
especially if you're booking at the Mel. So we book shows, not very many. Thank God.
Chop liver. You're saying?
Yeah, Chop Liver does
we-
shows.
Right. They
And
just did
whenever
their
we
8th
book at the
show.
Mel, I have to verify with Dave and Rich to make sure that I'm not double booking. It's such a pain in the ass.
Mm.
And it's just like,
Oy.
oh no, they're playing on this day, and there's only so much space. Like it has to be at least 4 weeks out. We're losing somebody.
I'm excited
Uh,
about when you guys play the punk rock prom. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I don't even think is that announced?
Yes, it's on. It's yes.
Is it official?
Yeah, it
is it okay?
It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, we're playing prom.
I don't remember who
Oh,
else is
yeah.
playing, but I know
Tie
you
Like a
guys are playing.
Tiger.
I'm thinking about getting
Seen
a
it the
tiger
other
dress
day.
to wear. I want to wear a tiger dress to that show.
Nice.
Nice tiger prom.
Dripped
dress.
Up Drip Drop Diet is playing, and then some national act. That's actually how we got the show, because the national act is a grunge esque band, and you know.
Danny said no to the tiger stripes though.
Oh,
She said no to the tiger stripes.
all right, cool. There's the door. You can. I'm just kidding. Like, how dare you, Danny?
I want to have puffy sleeves.
I'm excited though. To me, like when we got
Joe
asked to
Pirate
do that, I
puffy
was
shirt.
like, please, Dennis, say yes. And first, yeah, Dennis was like, you're good to go. I was like,
Oh my God.
yes. We get to play prom.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
Dennis,
I always wanted to play prom.
speaking of
I'm
Dennis,
excited.
me, Dennis, and Andy have our first practice on Sunday, and I'm excited about that.
Wait, what is the name of this band?
Oh, we haven't figured that. We're not there. We're not doing that. Something I don't know. Something sex life. I have no idea. Pizza sex life. Something like that. I don't know.
You should. I don't know. I kind of like the ring of we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
I literally that
That's
just
not
ran through
bad.
my fucking
We're
head.
not doing
Honestly, my favorite. I had a song title called "China Ferrari Sexy Death Crash."
that.
When I was
Hey.
in a band, like, well, I was doing my solo project like 10 years ago or whatever. It was just me on my guitar, so I could like name whatever the songs I wanted. I didn't sing or anything, so that was like a headline that somebody read to me one time, and then I looked it up, and it's like, holy shit, it's fucking real. So I just
Is that song out there in the ether?
no,
Oh,
none of that. It's whatever solo shit I did. It's gone now.
on a hard drive somewhere.
It could be. It could be on a computer that no longer works. So,
So
who knows?
I know your old SoundCloud account is still up because I ripped some stuff
Okay,
off of there
yeah.
like last
So
year.
It may be out
SoundCloud,
there.
yes, it's on there. It
Yeah.
probably. I haven't touched my SoundCloud in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I used it initially for like the first Sonora demos or whatever, and then like some other early shit I did before that, and it was I don't know. You just it's kind of like looking back at like the first relationships you ever had as like a teenager, and kind of like
Different
cringe-
person. Yeah, different
Yeah,
person.
no, I was a
Yeah.
different person back then. Like
Right.
literally. I mean, maybe not in physically, but like mentally, I just felt like I no longer am this person.
You got old fiber
good.
songs you don't do anymore because you're not those people anymore.
I don't know.
I don't
There's so many of them, man. There's well over 100. Nick's probably wrote like, God, there's like 6 billion songs. But it's funny.
Nick is a
When
great-
you were
Nick's a
talking
great
about
writer.
SoundCloud, yeah, he is, man.
Nick's a great
You
writer.
should hear. He wrote this one song. He actually sent me a YouTube link. So good. It's straight. It's probably the best song he's wrote, and he's wrote some really good songs.
He's
And
playing bass
probably
in
10 years.
Republican Sex Blanket
That's
now, too,
right.
isn't he?
First show is
Yes,
Friday
yes.
at State Street. Yeah,
First
yeah.
show.
But when you said something about SoundCloud, Andrew, I was like, it kind of took me back. I was like, it's still there. MySpace.com/John Shepler. And there's some of my solo acoustic shit from like 2005,
I wonder if my MySpace is still
2007.
Damn.
It's still
Is
there.
MySpace
Thanks,
still-
JT, baby.
MySpace still like exists?
It's there. It's
It's there.
all still
MySpace
there.
is still
I can't
there.
even
There's- you
remember
wanna
what
talk
the
about
fucking
cringe.
login is.
Yeah.
If I could get into my MySpace, there's some cringe in there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
There might even be some Sick the Ripper songs on there. Because like a lot of
just
a lot
recycling
of
them
so-
now.
a lot of
You
the
just
Sick the
recycle-
Ripper songs, I kind of like brought them back because I never used them, you know. So yeah, there's even a Think Tank song in there in our set list too
Shit.
that was never recorded. So
I will check that out.
I just rewrote the lyrics. I'm sure Amanda doesn't give a shit. She'll be like, who gives a fuck? But it's called song's called Stay Horny,
Oh wow.
which is my new thing that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I don't
Like I
New
want
mantra.
to follow. The
I don't
tag.
know.
I wa-
Bull, right? You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Stay
Right,
horny.
but, like,
Right.
Wow.
I can't follow that. Like,
Katie's
I
like,
feel like
great
I can't
job,
follow
Chef.
that tag up.
So clever.
I feel like I can't follow that or say that. you
That's
know?
why I do it. That stay horny.
Right,
Bull,
you can say
horns. Yeah, because I'm, whatever.
You're Chef.
I'm not. Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. You're.
Everybody knows me.
Yeah.
And if you don't, just watch a couple podcasts. You get to know me real well. I'm like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so I keep it pretty much. I don't really have a choice. I just fucking, I say what I think and I think what I say. So
It's called impulse.
impulse, yeah, pretty much.
That too.
Everybody,
I'm like a fungi. It takes me a while to grow.
if
people.
you let's say the 40. So this is the 43rd. Looks like we're gonna hit 3. So 43 times 3 is 129. I did that pretty fast. 129 hours. If you can make it through 129 hours, you could pretty much know every single detail about me. So, I mean, whatever subject it is, you will know pretty much everything about me. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I talk a lot. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
That's why
some
you're
of
the
us talk
host.
too much. So it's
yeah.
okay.
Well, I'm definitely in that group. Like my Facebook says, I will leave you speechless because I never shut the fuck up. So
The world needs people like that though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Why?
actually
Why
like
does the world need people like that? I don't understand.
To make noise.
To make why?
because sometimes peace and quiet isn't very peaceful. It's
No.
scary.
Yes.
That too.
You think
can
too
be
much.
sometimes.
Yeah, Katie's just you're pretty much like me and him too. Like you're big talk.
Yeah.
You have more control now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that I
Unhinged.
probably just give like feral cat energy.
No, you said earlier. You said something about excited dog.
Oh yeah, like excited puppy.
Excited puppy, yeah.
Hi.
Like
Whenever I see anybody, I'm just like ah.
Excited Kronk.
Yeah.
crunk.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's a word right there.
That's Danny's dog's name.
Crunk?
Kronk.
Oh, I thought you
Pull
said
the
crunk,
lever,
like
Kronk.
drunk
No,
and
no, no.
stoned.
Lever.
No, Kronk. That's an Emperor's New Groove. Kronk. Anytime this is the
Labrador
he's
energy.
he's a pity. He's one of the most beautiful pitties I've ever seen.
Aw.
And anytime after he gets to know you, anytime you walk into a room and he hasn't seen you for more than 10 minutes, he goes full crackhead energy and he's just like shaking, and
Yeah.
he's just the sweetest pit
We
bull
had
I've ever met
actually
in my
Labrador
life.
Energy. Now that you mentioned that, we just got a dog recently, a puppy. She's a German Shepherd Labrador mix.
Oh,
Her name's
big baby.
Abby. Yo, she's huge. She within the 4 months, she was like a puppy. You could literally like pick her up and like cradle her in
You can
in
tell
your
in the
arms.
paws. You
Yeah.
can tell in the paws. When they got big paws, you can tell they're gonna be real big.
No, but she's already like dog size now, and so it's already been like 4 months.
Nice.
She's fucking huge, and like she's actually she has the strength. You're like sitting down, she will like push you over. She has the strength. Like she's actually gone through a screen door of ours in the back in our back porch. Like
If Kronk needs anything for, you're going for a ride.
yeah,
Like you're going for a ride. So
My dog just likes to run aimlessly. Like I remember one time she got out of the car when I was at AutoZone, and she just chased these freaking geese and like ran into Kentucky Avenue. And I was like
you
having
have a smaller dog, right?
no, she's like a medium dog. She's a cattle dog mixed with an Australian Shepherd.
Okay.
So
So
she's
fast.
yeah, she's real fast. And she just thought it was the funniest fucking thing ever. And here I am having a crisis with my car, like breaking down. And my dog's just acting a fool. I'm just like, ah. I had to chase after her, dude. It was like 7:00 in the morning. It was terrible.
I've had the worst like experience with dogs. I had like my first dog was half Jack Russell, half Dalmatian.
Oh.
I think I don't have to say anything else.
No.
I think I can just leave it there. And then my next dog was a Dotson, full-blooded Dotson.
Oh my god! Don't ever get one of those.
And yeah,
Wiener dog.
that nope.
So
and then my ex-wife had a Chihuahua, miniature
Whoa.
applehead Chihuahua, and its name was Tinkerbell.
Aw.
my dog
Tinkerbell
dogs I have.
never had to be taken outside because it shat and pissed on a potty pad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. The
And-
dogs that we had,
So much personality.
Minion was an Applehead Chihuahua, and then Margot was a Dachshund Jack Russell mix. So kind of a mix of the dogs you were talking about. Yeah, and BB has them now. I'm taking care of them, but I love them dogs.
And the sweetest dogs I've ever been friends with, like my friends had dogs, pit bulls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always pit bulls.
Every time.
But for some
Kronk's-
reason, they're the deadliest, most meanest dogs ever.
Kronk's,
But
so
they're
you
not.
raised them. Yeah.
Kronk's the sweetest pit bull I've ever met in my life.
Labeling, pretty much.
I think you're the only person in this room that's met Petal.
Oh yeah, I have met Petal.
She's a cute baby.
Very excited.
Hmm.
Very excited puppy.
I miss her. I miss her so much.
Very sweet. Yeah. Anybody else have any fantastic stories about dogs? we totally skipped some subjects, but whatever. I mean, the flow is about the flow. So,
What subjects did you skip?
Yeah. What else
well,
we got?
we covered some rock and roll.
Yeah, we did.
Did we cover drugs? I don't think we did.
We covered.
I don't think we
drugs
did.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Briefly.
Who cares about drugs?
Nobody. I
Drugs
mean,
are-
especially in this room.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are
bad.
bad.
Drugs
Don't
are
do
bad.
drugs. Okay.
Yeah.
And then sex. We definitely didn't cover any sex. I mean, maybe subjects of it. I don't think we did.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
But-
not so.
Drugs, sex, rock and roll, paranormal. We got the paranormal.
What's your
Yeah.
worst Valentine's story?
Ooh.
Every single one of mine involves his ex-wife, and I was just there for it.
Wait. We're not naming names.
I was
But do
talking-
I know this.
I was
ex-wife?
talking.
Do know
I was
this
talking
ex-wife,
about
right?
that yesterday.
Do you share an award
talking
with this
about-
ex-wife?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just didn't know if I knew her.
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
We're not.
doesn't
We're not.
matter.
We're not throwing anybody under the bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just. Some people just have PTSD about specific days or whatever.
What did everyone do this Valentine's Day?
Okay, so
Polly's
Valentine's
like, I don't know what
Day,
he's talking about.
Well, it was on a Saturday, but technically it's a Valentine's Day thing because me and my girlfriend went out to what is it called, La Hacienda in Brownsville.
I like that.
Or it was really nice. It was a Mexican restaurant. We went out and then we went to the Hoosier Dome and I played a show. It was really nice. We got to hang out. We got to drink in the car because you can't bring alcohol in the Hoosier Dome apparently.
Right.
Boring.
All-ages venue.
Anyway, yeah, it was nice. I haven't had like a real Valentine's date with anybody like I can remember. Usually, I don't really think about Valentine's Day. I usually just get like, if I'm not like in anything with anybody, I think in like, I don't know, last 10 years I've been dating, or maybe more. I would like kind of get not even sad. Like I don't even care about Valentine's Day, honestly. And I talked to my girlfriend about it. It's literally Valentine's Day only exists because capitalism.
Commercial.
Mhm.
Yeah, commercialism.
Yeah, no, it's just only there because people buy fucking roses or balloons and chocolates, and it's just like that.
I brought my
It's all
girlfriend
about
pizza.
money.
I know
I
that's
brought my
what's up.
girlfriend. I brought my
Money.
girlfriend pizza.
Hell yeah.
Well,
what I-
That works.
it's almost as if everything is pretty much capitalized now. You know,
Yeah,
I,
and
I
that's-
did get him.
and
I
yeah,
did get him flower. I got him flowers and a nice stuffed animal, and then me and Danny went and ate pizza at Jess's work while she was working, and she got to sit down with us for a little bit. So we got to spend Valentine's Day, all three of us together, kind of, and
Nice.
they got their little stuffed animals.
I mean,
I went,
it is-
I went a little cheese, but then a lot of cheese on the pizza. You know what I mean?
That's sweet. I mean, it is good time. It is good to spend time with your partner and loved ones around that time, I guess. But me and my girlfriend are like, yeah, we don't really give a shit about this holiday. I mean, I mean, we love each other, and it just gives us a reason just to hang out more.
Yeah.
Because I love her honestly, and like she's in UV Blue Man Group too. She plays keyboards.
Nice.
Yeah, and like she's really sweet, and I love her. And I mean, we've both come to the conclusion, we don't need a holiday to like hang out. It's, it's more, and I don't think a lot of couples need a holiday just for like to acknowledge that they love each other. They can do that any point in time. It's because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean you have to give
exactly.
me chocolates, roses,
Mhm.
balloons, fucking, whatever, take care of the fucking kids for, I don't know, whatever you do.
Right.
Like you can do that on any other day. You could have a Christmas on any other day or Thanksgiving or whatever the fuck, even a Halloween. You know what? Funny thing is,
Any day of the year.
you could have a holiday. I saw a post where they said, you should have there should be a thing
Yes.
called White Halloween on Valentine's Day, and that means just have another Halloween. And my friend Zai used to have Halloween, where it was
Halloween.
like in the middle of May, and you could just dress up as whatever, and you just watch movies and get drunk.
oh, that's
Hell yeah.
awesome!
Hell
I want to
yeah.
celebrate
Halloween.
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 You could have Halloween on any day, literally. It's just
3/4 ween.
holidays don't exist. It's just like we just kind of make the date and just go with it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter really if you think about it.
I'm like super sentimental. Like it's bad.
Mm.
I like Christmas, and
Tell us
All-
tell us about your Valentine's Day, Chef.
we went out and we had dinner, and yeah, we had a good day. It was really awesome.
You looked really happy.
Yeah,
I'm
we
happy-
were.
I'm
We had
happy
a really
for
good
you.
time. Yeah, it was awesome.
Happy for you.
We
Yeah.
went
You
to
look- you
fancy
just-
restaurant.
The pictures and what was it? Oakmont?
Oakmont, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's some good food.
Good food?
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like probably the nicest. It's funny. I was sentimental, but I've just never been. I guess there's got to be rhymes to reasons, but I was married for like 10 years basically, and my ex, like, she had this weird thing where she would get nervous in restaurants and she would puke.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So we
no.
never went to restaurants. So like literally, like if you listed like the top 20 restaurants in Indianapolis or Marion County, I bet money I've been to one of them, and that's where Jarek and I went yesterday. So but I'm just super sentimental. Like I like birthdays and stuff like that. I always want to like make a thing of it.
This was the first birthday.
I'm all mushy gushy
this,
like
This
that.
past weekend was the first birthday in years I was allowed to celebrate and kind of go out and do stuff and do my thing. So I kind of went a little crazy. So I understand the sentimentalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been single on every Valentine's Day ever. So my sentimentality goes to my family on Christmas. I always try to get really like personal, good gifts.
Hell yes.
Having kids,
Yeah.
Christmas is big when you got kids.
I bet.
Yeah.
I think, maybe that sentiment comes from like my parents growing up. Like I played baseball, soccer, tennis, football, golf. Like I was in all
Jeez.
these YMCA 330 club because my parents worked. So like basically my whole childhood until essentially my parents got divorced, even beyond that. But if I was awake, I was not around my parents. But holidays, we'd all be together. So
Right.
maybe that has something to do with it. But
Yeah, maybe.
to give you an idea of like how sentimental I am, without looking around at the walls and seeing all the things and me explaining every single fucking thing.
I wanted to say you said
But
half the
that
posters
PRN
in-
award, Tara, you see that?
You said half
See
the
that guitar
posters.
pick right there? That green one sticking
one.
out of the Shipwreck Shep one.
To
See this PRN award right here?
oh yeah, that.
Grab that guitar pick, and then like put it in the camera.
Three.
That is the first guitar pick I ever got.
Hold on, let me get in the shot.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't believe you still have it.
I
Is it like didn't lose
still.
it somehow?
I count
have it.
7 of my show flyers in here that I can see.
Yeah, there's more.
7.
There's so many posters that
I'm
we haven't hung
directionally
up.
challenged. Here we go.
But yeah, when you do zines and stuff like that, it's a pretty clear sign.
And there it goes. No,
and it's gone.
Lost in the ether.
Hashtag you're canceled.
Aw.
Threw my guitar pick.
Oh,
No,
that didn't take much.
but
He had his finger on that trigger. Quick.
I've been waiting for a perfect moment to hit that one. Where's the beat? All right, we got that one out of the
Katie,
way.
what'd you do for Valentine's Day?
I shared a bunch of stupid memes and thought about how nice it would be to have a boyfriend, but like I'm also okay with like how I am now. You know
Yeah.
what
Gotta
I'm
love
saying?
yourself.
Sounds like an awesome Valentine's Day.
But it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just do my thing.
Sometimes doing nothing is fun.
Polly?
I'm it's weird. It's a weird thought I have. It's like
Yeah.
it's something I want, but it's something I'm too shy to ever go after.
That
Does
is
that make
fair.
sense?
I spent
Mhm.
years doing
Mhm.
that. Like I would only go out and have like a relationship maybe like once every couple years. I just didn't really go for it, but also I would find people that were attracted to me and I just kind of attached myself to that, but not really getting anything out of it like towards them more so. And it was just more them loving me. And it just felt like kind of like a half-assed relationship. I just didn't,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was really hard. And I've been there and it's more important just to focus on yourself
Yeah.
first and foremost. So
My big issue is self-sabotage. So I don't know,
I get
maybe
that.
it's just something about like, I don't know if it's the change aspect, because that's always been an issue with my life. My family's moved a lot, and I'm like there, and friends obviously coming and going because of that. So I don't know if it's like a stability thing or what have you, but yeah, self-sabotage is my big thing.
yeah.
You're not even being mean about it, usually just like ghosting, unfortunately. So that's been something I've been working on the last couple of years, is like being more direct with people. Yeah.
You dip out? Is that a
Yes.
habit? Dipping
Yeah,
out?
mostly just like stop texting. I never really let it get to the point, it's just kind of fades away.
What about you, Polly? What'd you do for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I'm good. I don't really care to talk about it, to be honest with you.
All right. It's cool.
Hell yeah.
Did anybody have any horrible Valentine's Day things?
They're
I
all
had
pretty
pretty good-
horrible.
I had pretty good. I mean, I've had bad Valentine's Day.
Probably my worst Valentine's Day though, for real. No jokes. I was like so fucking broke, and my ex like went on social media, was like, "This is what I got for Valentine's Day."
Oh,
And I was like,
damn, that's all you
wow.
had, man.
Like,
That's
dang,
harsh.
sorry I couldn't get you a fucking diamond ring or something.
Oh,
Craig,
damn.
Craig just said I smoked a bowl.
Sweet.
That
Hell
is
yeah,
the
Craig.
most romantic thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he did for Valentine's Day. Craig, right on. That was
Nice.
killer Valentine's Day, buddy.
It would have been more romantic if it was a blunt. Me
And
and
the kid-
Polly made a love child. He's pregnant. It's mine.
That's why he didn't want to talk about it.
That's where you got that so fast
Tell
tan.
everybody, Jenny.
You want some Plan B?
Oh,
No.
we could talk. Oh,
I'm
man.
getting child support
Oh shit!
for this.
Oh wow!
Plan B weekends.
Oh no! Oh no! That's terrible.
What, Plan B weekends?
Plan B. I don't ever have to have a Plan B weekend, and I'm ecstatic about that one. Woohoo! That's beautiful. It got awkward.
What's Plan B?
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was really hoping somebody was going to answer that,
Yeah.
but nobody did. Oh,
It's the thing that
Sorry.
comes before Plan C.
oh
Which is
fuck!
much more
What is
expensive.
Plan C? Because I know what Plan D is.
Plan B is much more expensive.
Dip out. I'm just kidding.
No. Yeah, I was. Yeah, we both delivered on that one, Katie.
I'm a terrible person.
Plan dip.
Leaving
Kidding.
to get lottery tickets.
You know
Cigarettes
what?
and lottery tickets.
My mom told me that I can't win the lottery unless I plan.
This
And that's
is
not
true.
fair.
This is true. My dad.
I want to win the
same shit.
lottery.
It's all about inclusion.
I think lotto tickets are going to die off in like future generations. I just don't see like millennials or
No.
like
Keeping it up.
Zoomers.
No, I don't.
No, the lotto business is going to die.
I buy.
Dude.
I buy maybe $20 a year. Like maybe when it gets up, when it gets up to those ridiculous amounts, I buy
Yeah.
a couple.
oh,
Just the
I mean,
the shot at $1 billion.
the jackpots are so big they don't fit on the fucking sign anymore.
that
40
one over there.
billion or
That one
whatever.
over
It just
there.
says
like,
99999
Yeah.
999.
Like, please,
Danny,
please think about a lotto
Danny over there
ticket.
likes her scratchers. She does like her scratchers.
I like
Yeah.
scratchers. They're
She
fun.
does.
Oh, they're fun, yeah.
I want to go play bingo.
Ooh, bingo's good.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Get
Right.
end up in a
So
wrestling match
fun.
with an 80-year-old woman.
I
Right,
would do that.
Rate a retirement home. Just be like,
Do they
walk in there
still-
like, I'm playing bingo tonight,
Do they still-
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Do they still do like the
Teddy
old?
B plan A anal.
Do-
Wow. Oh my god.
hey, it works every time. I'm just saying.
I mean, what if you got a big load and it drips down?
You got
Oh no.
No.
there's gravity. You always keep it to where the gravity flows away, sir. Rule number 1.
Oh, what a great conversation.
You
What
do that
cheese and rice?
You-
How about beans
Oh,
and rice?
mother, father.
As long as there's crackheads, the lottery will last forever. This is true, Craig.
I don't know.
They're just gonna have that lottery, and they're just gonna use their social security numbers that we're legally having anyways. So we're not even supposed to have
Why
them.
does my
So
body have
you
a
got-
number?
You got about another 5-10 years of Social Security before that's gone. So I hope you retire.
I don't.
quick.
I don't believe for one second I'm gonna see a fucking
You
penny
will
of that
not.
shit.
No.
I
I
will-
don't
Oh.
think so either.
I
will
don't even
not.
know how the fuck I'm ever supposed to like own a house.
Right.
Like,
I am doing it by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
everybody does. It's called buying things you can't afford.
It's the American way.
Credit.
Debt.
Anybody wants to buy my
Capitalism.
house, please.
Valentine's Day.
uh,
Big trucks.
Anybody wants to buy my house, come see me. I'm trying to get rid of this motherfucker. Please.
Sunday. Everything's for sale. You're for sale.
Skulldigger's gonna crush your house.
Did you
destroy
see
everything.
that? There was like an article, and it was like I think it was like United Nations or something. It's from like a guy from Hawaii. He was like a political guy. I can't even think. I'm being stupid right now. Do not mind me. Mind the rest of what I say.
From here
Don't
on
worry,
out,
I'm the only
from
person
this
drinking
moment-
whiskey here. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they were basically saying that like world hunger was okay.
Oh no,
It was like a pro world hunger
that's bad.
article. It was really fucked up.
And that man
Ouch.
was Albert Einstein.
It really fucked up.
There's a lot of fish in the sea.
Well, that's not as much anymore. We've overfished them.
We
Yeah.
have
Oh yeah, like tuna.
overfished.
Tuna's
Yeah.
like whoa. You know, Canada's like
Crab,
yeah. well,
crabs.
now they're like making little like Canada for real is like the number one source of tuna in the world because like they have like whatever.
Giant farms. Or
Yeah,
something.
they're farming tuna. It's wild, man. We live in wild
Want
times.
to go to my tuna farm?
Hey, I got a tuna farm up in Saskatchewan.
Son, you will inherit all of these tuna.
Saskatchewan. I actually know people from Saskatchewan. Right
Yeah.
on. Yeah. It's so rare to hear that here Saskatchewan, you know?
Yeah.
Alberta. Or whatever.
Nova
British
Scotia.
Columbia.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great fishing in Quebec, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to Newfoundland? Yeah.
It's like that. What's that show? Kenny Letter.
Letter Kenny.
Letter Kenny.
Yeah.
I said it backwards.
Kenny Letter.
Kenny Letter. When that show came on, and I was watching it, and I was like just enjoying it, and the person I was watching with, they're like, "Do you understand what they're saying?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Of course I do. And they're like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And it dawned on me, like, I literally said, what happened to me there? I worked for Domino's. I've worked for Domino's for over 20 years. But when I first started there, all these, like, this guy named Mike Schlater, he bought all the Domino's in Indianapolis, like all of them, just one foul swoop, just bought all the Domino's. And what he did is he took like his 25 best Canadian people, because he's from Canada. That's where he was the first person to franchise Domino's outside of the United States. And he sent all his people, all these Canadians down for the takeover. And that's when I learned all types of Canadian, like how they talk. And
The flipper slapper.
oh yeah. Hey buddy. But it was like crazy because the hardest were the people from Alberta.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
so thick. And like they would, like this one guy or Big Joe, man, he's like 7'3". He's a monster.
Ooh.
I could not understand a fucking word this man said, and he gets so mad because his accent was so thick. But eventually I understood their language, you know. And it's funny because it is very different than ours. They speak
English,
very,
but like
it's not just how they speak, but the words they use. Yeah.
Well, in Quebec, it's also like half French too. So
Yeah.
you've got
Quebec.
in Quebec.
Quebec.
Yeah.
Get all those little mannerisms from a whole other different language mixing in. Yeah.
So yeah, I could totally like understand people that are like deep Canadian accents and shit. So, but
Sorry.
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 The only thing that blew me away though that was like uncanny was their use of the letter Z. It's not Z.
Zed.
Like why? Just Z.
I would like
Z.
to know where that came from because it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. But it was always Z.
My papa used to call Chicago, and he would say skeleton. He'd be like skeleton.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
Any y'all's parents also do the deep like Midwest R for like washing machine?
Yep, my grandma.
Wash.
Wash.
Wash the windows.
Wash. Yep.
Wash. Oh yeah. That's
Are both of you from Indiana?
I was born in Springfield, Illinois, and then we moved here when I was 10, and I've been Indianapolis and Fishers and everywhere around here.
my
ever
family,
since.
my mom's side is from Kentucky. My dad's side, I have no clue. I mean, he's white, but I mean,
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, my mom has like a deep Southern accent, like initially, but then like she kind of like when she moved back, when she moved from Vincent's to Indianapolis, so it's like it's a very Southern way of talk down there. So she kind of adapted, but you can kind of hear it sometimes.
Yeah.
My dad, he talks like a guy from Chicago because he works and bounces back from work from there all the time. And his dad, my grandfather, our grandparents were like, yeah, what are you doing tomorrow, son? Are you going to, ball game or whatever? And
Lay
he
it
didn't
on
get
thick.
that accent, but my uncle did. I don't know about my Aunt Shannon, but she never really got that. And only my uncle did. He only got that kind of Southern hick kind of accent or whatever. Like, he kind of talked like this a little bit.
A little bit of Malaya.
Yeah. And so my dad never talks like that. It's so fucking weird.
I don't know.
And like my mom kind of does. And then I kind of sometimes will have like if I'm around enough Southern people, I will develop a Southern drawl just by nature. Cause that's like instinctual. Like I'm white trash by nature. Like, most people don't see it.
amen.
I mean, we're all Hoosiers.
Amen.
We're all Hoosiers, so we're all white trash.
My family,
yeah.
my family, dad's side Chicago, and then mother's side was Cicero, Noblesville. And I don't know why, but people that grow up in Cicero and Noblesville, they have an accent for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Because they're not Southern at all. But yeah, grew up with exactly that. The
Carpetbaggers.
the southern accent mother's side and Jewish Chicago father's side, and there's two totally different accents, and we ended up sounding like this.
Yeah.
My mom is from Florida, and she like whenever she got mad, she'd like want you to say something back, and she'd be like, say, and then she'd be like, Caitlin, the babies, Caitlin.
Yeah. My entire extended family is from the St. Louis area, and the Warsh is the probably the worst part. The only recognizable part, I think.
The same thing that happened back in the day happened in 2015. Like somebody bought all the Domino's in the city, but these people were from New Orleans, and so like literally they sent like all their top tier people up to Indy to take over, and then now all of a sudden it's like, man, you go get them people around there, and it's like
The
literally
Creole,
like
I can't understand it.
exactly, and I'm like, here we go again, same fucking thing, and like just words didn't make any sense. It's wild how just a few hundred miles and it's like a whole new world,
right?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I moved here from Ohio when I was a freshman in high school, and immediately like every single class, everybody's like, you talk funny.
They'd say that to me too when I moved here from California. They'd be like, you have an accent, and I was like, nah, motherfucker, you have the accent.
Yeah. like where I'm from, like everything was Coke, so I'd be like, what flavor Coke do I want? Not pop, not soda, Coke. Everything was a Coke.
I don't hear anybody refer to it as pop over here. It's always
Not
soda
really.
or Coke. Yeah.
If it wasn't Coke, I was saying pop, and I actually here and there I will say pop. I never say soda.
I usually say Coke.
I don't like it when people say pop. I don't know. It's like, ugh, for some reason.
Kind of weirds me out.
Yeah. I'm drinking too
Like
much
gunshots.
pop. I'm drinking too much soda.
Soda.
I'm drinking,
Soda, yeah.
yeah,
Soda.
soda. Wow.
The basement of America.
Also, one more thing, like we went to go visit her family one time, and her aunt kept just going. She was like, I do declare.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
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 My grandma growing up, she'd always be like, God bless it. God bless it. So every once in a while, my grandma will come out of me and I'll be like, God bless it. I'm like, damn it, did I just say God bless it? Son of a bitch. Did anybody else have those like things that they say that their parents used to say things?
My dad's a big cheese. My dad was a big cheese and crackers.
Cheese and
Cheese and crackers. Yeah,
Mm.
cheese and
Yeah.
crackers.
when Kane was born, I don't know why it started or how I just did it, but I would just always be like, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, baby Kane, oh my goodness!" And now every once in a while, I'll be like, "Oh my goodness," and it's because of him. So, but you know, that's another. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Just, oh my goodness. I don't know.
You'll hear it one day and you'll be like, "Oh my god, that's where it came from."
There it is.
Yeah. Well, these kids, when they get older, they're not going to be so cute and shit. And they're going to hate me, because they're going to be teenagers.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
What
But right
teenagers
now they're
do.
cute and fucking adorable.
Mine
Oh, wait,
can
and
already
listen.
beat me up.
Wait till
so.
you're teenagers. once they're teenagers, they're their own human, their own person, and like they're so much smarter than you. They just you don't know shit. You don't know a goddamn thing.
No, that's not true. Because once but they're teenagers, I could be like, bro, I got Google too, homie. I'm just as smart as you. Watch, ready? How large is the Earth in miles? Siri. I can't wait for that to be a thing
Yeah.
because it's already listening anyways.
Yeah.
So soon we'll have proactive Siri, where if you say Siri after you say something, it will give you the answer. Watch, it's coming. I mean, we all know. We all know.
I mean, I know because like I get ads on my phone
Absolutely.
and it tracks what I just bought or what I just talked about. That's the scariest thing. It's like when I look something online and then I see something related to it on my phone. They know. We're already
Or
being
you say
tracked.
you could just say something. I've seen stuff
Oh
where,
yeah,
where I've just
100.
where I've just been talking about it, and then later I'll open Facebook and the third ad is exactly what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's you just have to say something
It's
around
in-
the device.
I've
The
thought
5G is
things.
in the air,
I've
brother.
thought things that I haven't said, and I've
now that's
found them.
that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's
Weird.
creepy. But no,
That's some next level.
yeah.
If that's the thing, is
I've
they're
seen
like,
her brain, yo.
It's some interdimensional creatures, man. I'm telling you.
And we're back to aliens.
yeah.
Full circle, 3 hours
You guys,
later.
you guys ever seen a UFO or I'm sorry, unidentified aerial phenomenon?
I wish, but no.
I have.
I've
I've
seen
seen-
meteors
Yeah.
like come like crash through the atmosphere, but I've not seen a UFO.
I've seen
I've seen a giant meteor before like break up in the sky when I was 5 years old, but I didn't know what it was until like maybe a couple years later, and it was like the most like stupendous thing I'd ever seen. I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at.
Yeah.
It's like when you're that young and you're not really sure what it is, and you just like you don't have the language to understand what it is. I was like at that age, I just have this visual of like just like this giant meteor or like this giant ball and then things breaking off of it. It was something out of like a movie or something. It felt too real. You know what I mean?
if you go to Montrose Pier in Chicago on a clear night, you can I've seen so many things that change directions that move at incredible speeds that like no plane should be doing.
Balls.
But it has to be a clear night, and like you said earlier, above water, like Michigan. Like I've been out on that pier so many times and thought I saw a UFO when I was younger. And it just when it changes directions, like you see shooting stars on a clear night.
Sure, yeah.
You know, no problem. But it's when you see something change direction.
See,
it's
that's
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Changing
And
direction.
It was at Raymond and Franklin. I was 16. Unfortunately, I wasn't high or drunk or anything, but I was outside just hanging out with my buddy. We had like a band practice or whatever, and we're just sitting there chilling. I'm like laying on the hood of my mom's car, just staring up into the sky, and he was too. And we both saw the same thing. This fucking light, big ass fucking light, go.
It's the change of direction
Yeah.
that's weird. It's the
Yeah.
change of direction. That
I
makes it
know.
look weird.
I was more impressed with those brakes
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
was floating.
'Cause
I mean,
it's-
it was like shoosh,
because it's nothing
stop,
we can,
dead stop, like
it's nothing,
nothing,
we can do.
and then shoo, dead stop, and then shoo, out of the atmosphere.
It's literally nothing we can
Yes.
do. Your
Right.
eyes see something that you know is not like
Right.
not
That's not humanly possible.
humanly possible. You see something and you're like
the most realist thing about it though was him and I because we
You
both saw
at the
it.
same time.
Right, but the thing is,
Yeah.
we didn't have to say anything because we both were like, "Whoa!" You know, like,
What the fuck?
did you just see? Yeah, obviously we didn't have to say, "Did you see that?" But we both like freaked the fuck out because it was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It was dope. But I mean, obviously, fucking mermaids. You know,
What if they're the aliens?
fucking mermaids.
More aliens.
They're not aliens, guys. They're mermaids. They come from the water.
Water.
They
But
come
how do they
from
survive in the
water.
sky then in these
They
big
come
ships?
from the water.
I,
I'm old enough.
I think I'm a fucking genius for that. That's okay. I know I'm not.
You guys cover that.
UFOs are mermaids, man.
What?
UFOs are mermaids, man. They come from the water. It's an underwater civilization
Atlantis is real.
that control us.
It's an-
Aquaman,
Ronald
but
Reagan
aliens.
was an what?
Aquaman, but aliens.
What?
She said Atlantis is real. I said Aquaman, but aliens.
Yep.
Oh, there's a couple scientists they swear that they have located Atlantis.
They swear.
Swear by it.
Is it the Mediterranean
that
Sea
too.
one? Or
It's
whatever?
like it's underwater.
Do they want to bet me
Oh,
$5?
You ever heard about the Baltic Sea anomaly?
Yeah.
Is it that or is it something different?
No,
I think that's one
I'll be honest,
I
like-
thought of.
I'm pretty horror-ish with podcasts, so I can't remember which one it was, but it was these two scientists that have been working on it, and they are like they just put out a book or something. This is in the last 6 months.
Mhm.
So, but they swear they've they've pinned it. They've got it. Like it's actually Atlantis. So I don't fucking know. I will figure that out and I will get back to y'all.
Send me the
Dope.
link.
I'll
bro.
send you the
me
link.
Link it up.
That would be cool.
Link it up.
I don't know. That's my favorite stuff is like when it's actual like scientists that are doing stuff right now. Like that's the stuff I'm like, yeah, boy. That's the stuff I get into. Like
All right.
the
Get some
study
hardcore
on
data.
right, or like the study on like the use of like hallucinogenic drugs.
Mushrooms are being treated as for therapy or
Mhm.
for
Yep.
depression.
Yeah.
Definitely a thing.
That's definitely helped me. I
Definitely
can say
think
that
it
much.
resets the brain. It's been proven that it can help you deal with depression in many, many ways.
Hell yeah. But they're saying, you know, probably in the next 15 to
Full
20
circle.
years.
Fungi.
Zombies.
More fungus.
It's amazing how many full circles your life turns around. And I mean,
Yeah.
even like in a 24-hour stretch or whatever.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like,
Come back to it.
could be over the course of 3 days. But it happens like constantly over and over and over again.
We gotta go back. We gotta finish Last of Us. We gotta finish that.
I haven't watched TV in so fucking.
Oh my god, it's
Me
so
neither.
hard to. I can't like.
so fucking.
I'll
long.
watch like an episode and then like it takes me weeks to come back to it. Like when I was married, that's all I did. That's all I did was come home from work, watch TV all the time. And now that's not a thing anymore. Like it is hard. Like it's hard. We fall asleep to movies. Like a movie will be on for more than an hour. Like if I'm not up doing something, I can't sit down and watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I don't got the attention span for it now.
I used to race home to watch the new Game of Thrones. Where I gotta be like, fuck, I gotta go.
It's another one. I've watched the first 2 episodes of the new series thing, and I just haven't gone back to it.
Oh, you
I
fuck.
haven't.
Because it actually started getting good.
I
I
Oh
mean,
my god, that reminds me.
I'm not saying it's great, but it's decent.
One time there
It
was
took us 2 weeks to get
a
through
sh-
Clyde's.
Yeah, no, there was a show at the Vogue on the day the last Game of Thrones episode was airing, and Thundercat was playing that Sunday night.
I remember
And
that.
you stayed inside. It was literally a 10-minute drive from your house just to go.
I could literally walk there in like 10 minutes to go see
And
that.
it-
And I
the
chose to
parking-
stay home for season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the
Worst
fi-
decision I've ever made.
No, like it's fucking Thundercat. It's a fucking legendary jazz musician, bassist. And like this is probably the only time he's ever going to come through Indianapolis, maybe. But
Yeah.
I
He
All the
did. He
good
did.
shit
He
never
did play
comes.
Jazz Fest. I think a year or 2 before that. So there's a chance
Okay.
he'll come back.
But you stayed home to watch the show.
I did. Yeah. I know. Terrible. I know.
What you watching nowadays? Nothing.
I'm watching Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Same. It's
you know,
so fucking good.
I'm still like
We're
in
like-
the middle of the third episode.
Again, started a week and a half ago. Like we're like 3 episodes in.
I'm
like
really bad about.
you binge it.
I don't have time. I have to like
Do you binge it?
find these little spaces in time that I can actually watch it. I just don't have time, man.
Exactly.
Hey, during the pandemic though,
That's all we did.
I think I watched like
Binged
every
everything.
Breaking Bad, and then we're directly into Better Call Saul.
Yep.
Oh my
So
god.
every Better Call Saul, and then I watched both like the movie,
Family Guy.
and I think I did that in
American
like
Dad,
2 days. I don't know.
Family
I'm
Guy.
joking, but
Right.
just every day I would wake up, and that's what I did all day. I would just watch fucking Breaking Bad, and it was fantastic. I
Such a good
really
show.
recommend it. It's great.
That's Jess's favorite show is Breaking Bad. That's Breaking Bad and Schitt's Creek. Like it's
Schitt's Creek is
it's
fantastic.
Yeah, I like
background
Schitt's Creek
noise
too.
I think
Schitt's Creek is
It's
great.
funny.
the show that I've liked to watch the most in the last couple of years, because that's the last time I've really watched TV, was Vikings. Did you ever watch
oh
Vikings?
yeah, I've seen.
I
Vikings.
did, yeah.
So
His-
fucking
on his-
good.
The history or the show Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, it's called
Okay,
Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a
It's like
Netflix one.
6 seasons, and each season has 26 episodes almost, and they're all like 45 minutes long.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic. It's beautiful.
Is it empty?
No,
Oh.
no, I haven't spoken mine. Tara, what's your comfort show?
Comfort show.
Comfort show.
Oh,
we can do
God.
this.
Ooh.
Comfort show. Trying to think. Well, I do watch a lot of YouTube. It's not really
YouTubes. It drives my kids nuts when I say YouTubes.
YouTube's. I watch a lot of Wendigoon. I really love his work. He talks about like a lot of like conspiracies and like he does like tier lists or whatever. I really love his work. Oh god, I'm trying to think of shows.
It's the background show. It's the one you just put on to have in the background.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have I don't really watch like Netflix. If anything, it's YouTube. I don't know. I just go through like a lot of videos on YouTube. Anything I've seen recently, I guess. Sorry, I'm just like I'm trying to process.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Because I heard the. But then there was another sound, and I was like,
No, I thought it was
What?
Ghost
No,
you.
the sound was you pulling on the.
"Oh no, not that."
Oh no.
I was like,
Yep, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if one day somebody was watching the show and realized there was like EVPs?
Happening the whole time.
Yeah,
Ghost
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to talk through the microphones.
yeah. It'd probably be like,
Ooh.
somebody feed the cow.
Yeah.
Or like, did you pick the corn this morning?
Honestly, I think the
'Cause
last
that's where we're
show-
at.
Oh, I finally remember. I think the last show I ever watched was Adventure Time.
Adventure
Right
Time's
on.
a
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah, that's probably closer to me and Andrew's generation. But I mean, I did watch some of it. It's okay.
I like
I
Rick
mean,
Speak.
I watched it with a
Yeah.
friend. That's all that matters.
My kids grew up watching Adventure Time, so I saw
Yeah.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
My background show or whatever is either Office or Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Office or Family Guy. I can just watch them, rinse and repeat, watch it over and over and over.
Why
Yeah.
is American Dad so much better than Family Guy?
American
though?
Dad is great. I love
Yeah.
American Dad. Roger is. I
Yeah, I was gonna
again,
say Roger.
aliens.
It's just a better show.
It is
feel like-
good.
Yeah.
Roger. Ricky Spanish.
Yes.
So I do love American Dad. I like all of them. Futurama. Hulu's making new King of the Hills.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Yes, they
Ooh.
are.
Matt
Yeah.
Matt Groening's doing well.
Oh, and yeah.
He's been doing well for a
Beavis-
while.
Well, I mean,
Everything
Beavis-
he
to
does
have
goes
it-
into
Beavis
syndication.
and
got those contract stuff.
Beavis and Butthead.
You know,
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead is back on, but
Right?
It's on Comedy Central. It's
Dude,
not on.
like-
It's I don't know if they're doing videos in between like they used to. I haven't seen it yet, but they have a show on Comedy Central again. So yeah, Matt is doing well for himself.
Oh yeah.
hell yeah. Andrew, you got a comfort show?
I don't really do comfort shows. Like I always want to be watching something new. But like me and my roommates I've probably seen Parks and Rec, and there's another Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've seen each of those probably all the way through 3 or 4 times. Probably Parks and Rec is probably the closest thing I have to a comfort show. But like recently, been watching Last of Us. When I watch a show, I want to be focused on it and like experience it. You know what I mean? So like Last of Us has been up there. Just got through that 90s show, which is that reboot of that 70s show. Didn't hate it. Thought it was pretty good. Excited to see where they go.
I won't even give it a chance.
Come on, man. Give it a chance.
Dude, I saw Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, okay?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
I saw Super Troopers 2, okay?
Super Troopers 2 is. I'm sorry. Super Troopers, the first one, the original, is a masterpiece.
Oh yes, Untouchable.
Front to
Which
back.
one?
Super Troopers, the first one, the original.
Well, yeah.
It's a masterpiece. Super
the
Troopers.
best cold opening to any film of all time.
Super
The
Troopers.
snozberries taste like snozberries.
Meow.
You
Meow.
boys see
Meow.
Mexico?
Meow.
Boys like Mexico.
Yeah.
The
The car's already pulled over. I can't pull over any farther.
the,
It's like the best cold open to any movie ever.
the
It's
second
fantastic.
one. The second one is a complete. The second one is complete garbage.
Uh-oh.
There's Tara.
Yeah.
Mine's all
She
cut out for
is
a sec.
back. But no, the second one is complete garbage.
Yeah.
It is so bad.
That sucks.
It's so. You ever seen the second one?
I have
Probably-
not,
No,
no.
no,
Probably,
it's-
we have probably needed because the cameras are like when the cameras start talking shit. That's when I know it's like all right. I don't know how we made it 8 hours. We
I
totally
was-
went 8
yeah.
I
hours.
can't sit
Yeah.
here
Only one
anymore.
camera
Yeah.
I'm about
died.
to fucking lose it.
we did so fucking good that day.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Paulie, do,
starting to fall asleep.
do you have a comfort?
No, I don't.
He's like, I'm dead.
I'm never comfortable.
He's like,
He said, I am never comfortable, not once.
Right on. All right. Well,
I love you, Shep.
did you kick it? Did you already get yours out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got all my
South Park
candies
for
out.
me. South Park's my comfort.
South Park's a good one. We watch that one.
That's
a lot.
like daytime
I
though.
do love
Like
South
if I'm
Park.
writing or something.
Animated comedy.
Simpsons.
Animated Simpsons is always the classic. They don't ever play it late enough though. They always
If
cut
it's
it off at
if
like
it's
7.
nighttime, like my comfort, like I'm going to bed. If I need a TV on, I do Next Generation.
Oh,
I've wanted to get into Star Trek. I just can't. I can't commit the
Well,
hours. Man.
Next Generation is dope.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah. Riker, Worf,
Yeah,
Data.
it's
Yeah.
Data is my favorite Star
I grew
Trek
up with that
character
show.
of all
My
time.
favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite
Yeah, I was
next.
force fed it, and then I ended up falling in love with it.
My
Yeah.
I love
favorite
Data.
Next Generation character. I'm sorry, is Q.
Cute.
I love
No.
Q. I am totally. a
Every
Q
time he's in the
guy.
episode, I'm like, oh no, it's a Q episode.
I love
Tomfoolery,
Q.
bamboozled. Here we go. A bunch of shenanigans. It's the Q episodes.
That's why I love Q.
Yeah, it's like an alien. Hey, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
What do you call it? What were they? Shapeshifter.
Yep.
Yeah, the
There's
true.
New Star Trek dropping.
I'm trying. I just don't have time.
Yeah, the Picard? and then
Brave New World or Discovery or something.
I think it's Discovery,
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't got into the new ones, but no, Next Generation. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
goaded.
Mhm.
Very
Right.
base.
All right.
That's like I need to go to sleep in 15 minutes.
All
Put it
right.
on.
It's past everybody's bedtime.
It is. Oh my god.
Yeah,
we
should
no, I'm
probably-
sorry.
Me and Danny
I
and
put a
Jess
bed
would
on
have been in
this
bed a
couch,
half hour
honestly.
ago.
Check out Sonora this Saturday at State Street, right? I
Hit us
believe
up,
317 Sonora at bandcamp.com if you want to find our music.
or
You-
Sonora
you,
Band Indie at gmail.com for
And
booking.
we're also on YouTube if you want to check out our live shit.
If you want to find us on Spotify, look for Sonora Dominion or Sonora Dance of the Flies. You get
Yeah.
if you look for Sonora, you got to sort through like 100 mariachi bands. No joke. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Type
look for
in
the album
extra
title
keyword.
Dominion or Dance of the Flies. That's
Yeah.
how you're gonna find us on
You can-
Spotify.
There
We're
you
on
go.
all the other streaming services too. iTunes, Amazon.
Hell yeah.
Every like
Way to be
literally
about it.
everything.
Way to be about it. Fuck
Actually,
yeah.
we're starting to come up
DistroKid is
first.
the fucking shit.
That's
how,
it. That's
yeah,
what-
that's how we
that's
get
what-
it out there,
yeah.
man.
We actually come up first now.
Do we really?
Uh,
Yay,
bam.
yeah, look at that.
Hey,
Hey,
look
what
at that.
up? Fuck yeah.
Proven false now.
That's what's up.
There we
Yeah.
go.
If you want to support us directly, come to our shows, buy our merch. We do
Yeah.
have some merch available on our Bandcamp site. That is 317sonora.bandcamp.com. You can come to our show, buy some stuff,
Hell yeah.
buy our tickets. Yeah. Thanks for having us, man. This
Hell
was
yeah.
super
Thank
fun.
you for coming
Thank you very
on.
much.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you.
Will, thanks for coming on the
Hey,
show.
You can find my shit show on Facebook. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I'm allowed to
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to
was
bring
gonna
up- I
say
wanted-
an underlying joke. Like, by the way, if you want to know what's going on at Punk Rock Night, just follow Will Schlosser on Facebook.
I am on a motherfucking campaign, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, but real quick, I wanted to bring up Tara also has another band. I wanted you wanted to talk about that band real quick.
Yes. I started playing bass in a band last year with my friends Nate, Dirk, and Andrew, and JT. We're called
Different Andrew.
Different Andrew. His name's Andy. Short, long hair guy. No, very tall,
DA.
blonde guy. But yeah, anyway.
Kind of looks like Jerry Cantrell a little bit.
Yeah. We're called Adam Tan. I play bass.
ATOMTAN.
Yes, and we got an EP album thing out called I Touch Grass. It's on Bandcamp. We're going to be playing shows and at the end of next month in March. We're going to be playing Punk Rock Night March 4th too, I think. Yeah.
I will be there.
Yes, you probably will be there. Yeah, and it's really popping, writing new shit and everything. So yeah.
You want to see what other shows they're playing? Check out their Instagram. And what's the Instagram?
Adam
Tan
Adam
317?
Tan 317.
Yeah.
Like
If you want to
this guy.
follow our Instagram, it's Sonora Band Indie INDY.
Yep.
This guy.
We post all of our concert
Love it.
posters on Instagram. That's how you get all of our show announcements.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm right.
That's cool.
Tonight was sponsored by Punk Rock Night.
Hell, that's right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Punk Rock Night.
thanks to our
Coffin
sponsors
Cats
at Punk Rock
Saturday.
Night.
Coffin Cats Saturday.
Yeah.
Also, good shows Friday at State Street. Mr. Clit and the Pink Cigarettes.
Fuck yeah.
Republican Sex, Blanket Bombcats, and my favorite punk band in indie right now, the Remote Control.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, thank you all for coming on the show.
Thank
It
you.
was
No
fucking
problem.
dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to take half this pizza and race home.
Do it.
Jess
Okay.
is gonna beat us to my house, which is a rarity. So
Yeah.
I always gotta close it up with some words. And I always say, if Robbo was here, he'd tell y'all to turn on your headlights.
He would.
Yes, he would. Shop smart, shop S smart, right? Don't talk to strangers, which is bullshit. Talk to strangers. Life would be too boring. But our motto from the very beginning, we are the unheard, we are the overlooked, we are chopped liver.
Chop Liver is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
You think you're weird?